Turn on TikTok. Boom. What's good, everyone joining the stream right now? How's everyone doing today? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing joining in the stream right now? I'm still a bit sick today, just letting everyone know. Still a bit sick. I definitely feel a lot better than yesterday. Or at least a bit better than yesterday. But it's definitely still sick today. I should be able to get my normal... I'm planning to do at least 4 hours today. If I don't have the ability to, I won't do 4 hours, but I definitely feel like I can today more than I could yesterday. Yesterday was brutal, chat. Yesterday was so brutal. I definitely, I felt like I couldn't do it. It was so bad. We'll take what we can get. Absolutely, absolutely. What's good, everyone joining in? Are you better? I feel a little bit better, but I definitely still feel sick. I definitely still feel sick. I'm kind of sad because I don't know if I'll be able to go see my family for Thanksgiving tomorrow. I don't want to get them sick. Let's get everyone though. Oh no, I know, right? Well, let's get everyone joining in. Do give it a second for people to join up. Do give it a second for people to join up. We're going to start getting some debates here very, very soon, everybody. So only do send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's get everyone joining in. How's everyone doing? Are you sick? Yes, I still am a little bit sick. Not a little bit. I still am pretty sick, but a lot better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was like, I literally, my throat felt so inflamed that I couldn't even barely speak. So I feel a little bit better today. Alrighty, we're going to start getting some people up here. Only do send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18, and last time I was up here, you said I was trolling, but I actually want to debate. I'm not trolling. I'm 18. I'm the immigrant. You said I was trolling.
Okay. All right. What's your birth year?
7/7.
What month?
September.
Okay. What state do you live in?
I'm in North Dakota. I told you, and you said I was trolling.
Oh, wait, I know your voice. You're totally a troll. Stop. Don't send a guest request and do that. It's annoying. I'm literally going to block you if you keep doing that. It's actually really frustrating that you keep doing that. I don't know why you keep trying to do that. I remember your voice. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2004.
And what month?
September.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because he bombs the drug boats.
Why would that be a good reason? That he literally
Because
murdered people
drugs
with
are
no
a bad thing in
evidence.
this nation.
He had no evidence that they even had deer UGS. And even if they did, that wouldn't have been a reason to bomb them. It would have been a reason to detain them once they got to U.S. waters.
But how do you know there's evidence, though?
No, I said that there's a lack of evidence because there was none given to Congress.
How do you know that, though?
Because Congress has said so.
Congress? Why do you believe them? That they lie so much?
Just want me to kick you? Because it sounds like you're trolling.
What? How am I... Bro, what? How am I
Congress
trolling?
lies. Are you saying even right-wing individuals in Congress are lying?
Yeah. Propaganda.
I think you're trolling. Stop wasting my time. You're disgusting. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
How are you doing today? I'm 25.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would kill all niggers. Kill all niggers.
You're so disgusting. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
You're the GOAT, Parker. I love you.
Appreciate you. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. 19, 2006.
What month were you born?
May.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would love to go with Trump, honestly.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
His immigration policy.
Okay. What about his immigration policy?
Well, just for example, like, you have a girlfriend, right? So if your girlfriend here comes illegally and then a nigger
They're so low IQ that they can't even give me an argument. What a fucking idiot. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Nigga.
Dude, what is going on with all these idiots? Like, seriously, what the fuck? Do they not have anything better to do with their life? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Asshole's very nigga.
Okay, I'm actually genuinely, this is insane. This is insane. Why are all of the guest requests like this? Like, what is going on? What the fuck is going on? Leave me alone. Jesus.
What's
Yo, what's up?
going
How old are
on,
you?
Parker? I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
July 17, 2007.
Okay, and if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Trump
Okay, why do you support Trump?
because his VFX. Oh,
Okay, I don't know. It just, like, he started to, like, increase the level of his voice, so I just kicked him. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
No, I don't.
Okay. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Ah, nigga, your asshole's.
Can TikTok, like, actually do their job and, like, get these people off the internet? Like, it's really frustrating. Like, TikTok needs to, like, actually do their job. Yo, what's up? How old are
Oh
you?
shit, sorry, my bad.
Okay. So the next individual, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 24.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
2001.
Okay, and if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, there's a couple reasons actually. One of them being a nut in your eye. I would nut.
Is this like a specific like Discord or something that's like trying to like send guest requests just to troll me? Like it sounds like at this point it's a coordinated attack. Like genuinely, like this is getting ridiculous. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
I'm 62. Born in 1963.
Okay, and if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd
Shut
you
up,
rather vote
nigger.
for? Dude, Jesus Christ, dude, it's literally just like a Groiper Discord that probably like is sending guest requests. This is so fucking sick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No, I'm 25.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
So I'm like I said, I'm 25. I was only able to vote these past two elections,
Okay.
and he's been the only Republican candidate who I've been able to vote for, and I wish there was a better candidate, but my values and what I believe in is on the Republican side. So I'll always stick with Republicans, just unless something changes. That's just my opinion, like what I prefer in my life and all the policies Republican wise.
Okay. And so could you tell me like what policies you agree with Trump on more?
Yeah, I agree with Republicans, their way of the tax brackets, and I'm strongly against taxing the rich. I'm not saying that I'm rich. I'm just very against that. I believe in a stronger border. I believe Republicans are better for the economy. Trump, one reason why I was so influenced on voting for him was the no tax on overtime that he proposed, because I work a lot of overtime myself.
Okay. One thing I would say in relation to this is that that's a very small portion of the big beautiful bill and the overall revenue that would specifically go to people who are working class, and you'll have actually an increase in your taxes given the implementation of tariffs comparative to otherwise, because Kamala Harris is advocating to keep the no tax on tips or any tax cuts that were applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year. And then also in terms of the border, it probably would be the case that you agree with Democratic policy to a greater extent. Trump's violating due process rights to a significantly greater extent, which is a constitutionally protected right. Secondly,
Well, what
he
about expedited releases?
expedited
'Cause it
removal is
seems
the
like,
process that he expanded.
well, no, I'm saying an expedited release when somebody gets, ICE takes somebody who can't prove citizenship for the past 2 years. That's when they don't have the right to see a judge because they can't prove that they've been citizens for 2 years. But everyone likes to leave that part out
You're
and say
referencing
that ICE.
you're referencing expedited removal, and I'm saying that they changed it from being applicable to anyone who is within 100 miles from a border within 2 weeks of being in the country, to within 2 years of the country and anywhere within the jurisdiction of the country. So that heavily expands expedited removal and reduces due process rights, which I think is bad.
Okay, so but the basis of expedited removal, you have to prove citizenship, correct, in order to see a judge?
In expedited
Yes or no?
removal,
Yes or
in,
no?
in
It's just
expedited
simple.
removal, you don't actually get to go in front of a court.
No, I know, but you have to prove your
You're
citizenship.
able to
That's what
qualify
you
for a
dodged the
credible
question.
fear interview if you claim
You
asylum. Otherwise, you're removed from the country.
you completely avoided my question.
I'm confused. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
All I asked you was, when in expedited removal, hypothetically speaking, let's say it was me, and I have to prove my citizenship. If it's 2 years, I understand that they expanded it, but from my understanding, it's for the past 2 years. I have to prove my citizenship, and if I can't prove that I was living in the United States for the past years, whether it's taxes, whether it's working, however it may be, I am not allowed to see a judge. I'm just asking you if that. I understand they expanded, the border, and would you say 100 miles or whatever. So they did expand it. I wasn't even sure. I wasn't even informed that they did. But the basic premise of it is that you have to prove that you've been living in the country for 2 years, and if you can't, then you're not appointed to a judge, and you can't seek asylum.
You're missing a little bit of like what you're referencing. In order to get asylum, you have to go through a credible fear interview. The 2 years point that you're referencing is if you've been in the country for less than 2 years, this can be applicable to you. And then also, like, this isn't verified by the courts, so it's just
What do you mean it's
verified
not
by the
verified?
executive. So when you'd say prove, you don't get to prove in front of a court.
Yeah, I know.
So then it's not verified by another branch of government. So what you're doing is you're bypassing the checks and balances of our system.
So who is it verified by?
It's verified just by the executive.
Who is that?
That's ICE. ICE and border enforcement.
Okay, so ICE is the one who determines if if you could prove that you've been living in the United States for
Yeah, and it's not verified
past
by the
2 years.
courts because they're utilizing expedited removal. Expedited removal limits them from going to the context of a court process. Again, if they have not been in the country for less than, or if they've been in the country for less than 2 years and they're anywhere within the jurisdiction of the country, whereas before it was less than 2 weeks and within 100 miles of the border
Okay, when was this expanded on?
under Trump's administration
Okay.
this term.
So is there anything else about what I mentioned on why I voted for him that you would like to talk about? I mentioned
We're
no
still
tax and
talking about it.
overtime. What?
We're still talking about it. Like, I
Yeah.
think that Donald Trump's process violates due process rights and doesn't uphold the constitutionally protected rights. I think that's bad for the country.
Okay. Um, the part I disagree with is that under Biden's administration, there was so many people put in these sanctuary cities and these immigrants that it was like an overflood. And I think it was done so Democrats could get more votes and they could
They
vote
can't
for
vote.
Democrats.
Undocumented immigrants can't vote.
Well, the Democrats, and especially in New York City, they tried to pass a law that you don't need ID to vote.
In order to register to vote, you have to have identification.
Well, they trying to make it so you don't need to.
No, that's not true.
No, that's 100% fact, and you can look it up. I live in New York. In New York, I live in New York City. You can look it up for yourself.
Yeah. So can you give me a single source?
I would have to go with the teacup mode, and I don't know if you
I'll
want to.
give you time to go look it up because I know that's
All right.
bullshit.
So, what source is good enough for you? Does it have to be .org? Does it have to be .com?
Just give me a media
Does it have
source.
to- Okay.
If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. Do give it a second for him to join up, or to find the source real quick. Ali, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Hopefully you feel better for Thanksgiving. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I do. Mary, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Brandy, thank you for the $1. Feeling a bit better, but I still feel sick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. Just letting everyone know. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd rather vote for Trump.
What's your birth year?
07.
Okay. And if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Why do you support Trump?
Because of his immigration laws. With
Okay. What immigration policy?
the one where he says, "Goodbye, taco people."
So the next individual only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates.
I found a link. Factcheck.org.
You did? Here, 1 second. Ario, thank you so much. Or, how old are you? Sorry.
You're a fucking nigger. Fuck you.
You're disgusting. I hope you literally like lose the ability to go to college and lose your ability to have a job. I genuinely at this point, everyone who comes up and does that, I hope they lose their ability to go to school. I hope they lose their ability to get a job just because they decided to go up on the internet and fucking spam slurs for no reason. Literally, like they're just so useless. Like they're useless
you
for our
let it
society.
bother you,
They
man?
genuinely are. What's up?
Don't let it. Don't let it. They're trying to rage bait you. Just don't let it. Don't
Hey,
show.
I'm sorry. I have to acknowledge that the behavior they're engaging is bad. I'm not rage baited right now.
I know.
What I'm saying is that the
know.
behavior they're engaging in is bad, and they're literally a waste of space. Like genuinely.
Yeah, I mean they're saying wrong things. I just think that they're trying to rage bait you.
So genuinely, should I just not have a negative response to that? Should I just like act like it didn't affect me?
No, you just you like elaborating on not like you keep going on and on about it. Like just say what you gotta
Yeah,
say.
because
and
there
kick
was
'em.
there was like 8 people that came up and did it. So should I just
Well, I
not
wasn't-
acknowledge it?
No, that's not what I said. Don't. No need to put
Well,
words.
then what
in
would
my
you
mouth.
prefer?
I'm just
I'm
looking
waiting
out
to
for you.
hear.
Just say that's disgusting, and then kick him, and then move on.
That's exactly what I did.
You seem a little bit more aggravated than that. But I found your source. if you
Aggravated?
wanna-
I'm literally sick right now, and I'm not even able. I just literally said I hope that they fucking lose their ability to get a job. That's it.
I mean that's fine. So I have your source.
Okay. What's your source?
Factcheck.org.
Okay. What's the title? I won't be able to hear you out of the app. Just letting you know. What's up?
What's up? I said 3 false claims
Okay.
about the federal voting rights bill.
Alrighty. And which ones? Voter ID laws. Where on the particular basis does it say it?
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Alright, do give it a second, everyone. So they said there's no blatant ban on voter ID laws in the bill, but there is actually an option for those that don't have ID to offer a signed statement instead during federal elections. It's not saying that they don't have to provide identification to register to vote.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
There's nowhere in this that says that they don't need to provide identification to register to vote.
So you understand that the bill was made so that you have to provide identification to vote?
No, it says that there's no a blanket ban on voter ID laws in the bill, but there's an option for those that don't have ID to offer a signed statement instead of during federal elections. So in order to register to
Okay.
vote, you have to provide identification, and then when they are doing so, they don't have to provide the identification when they're there. But in order to be able to register in the first place, they did. So the
So you
signature
said
verifies based upon the fact that they already had registration.
so you need to in order to be registered, you have to provide identification, but when you're voting, you don't have to present your identification, is what you're saying.
You can do so by a signed statement, yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I said showing identifications when you're voting.
What's wrong with this?
How
Because
can
in order
somebody
to register to vote, to get the thing sent to you, the ballot sent to you, you have to literally
that's
have an
well,
identification.
I'm saying in-person voting. If I didn't have a voting ID or voter's ID or an ID in general to vote, and don't have to prove
Think about it this
that I
way.
have an ID.
Yeah,
If I don't have to prove I
vote
don't have
mail
an
in,
ID,
when
how
you vote mail in, are you showing identification when you vote?
not on mail-in? I'm
No.
talking about
No,
in-person.
what was proof that you had identification was that you were sent the ballot in the first place.
Right. Okay, just like the people who, I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole, but people who aren't alive anymore that got mail-in ballots. But I'm talking about in-person voting.
That
You just
didn't
said you
affect
don't
the
have to
election
provide
results.
it. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying people who weren't alive got mail-in ballots. But like I said, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. I'm talking about in-person voting. So you don't have to provide identification, right?
When you're voting. But when you
Right.
register, you do. So I think it's
Right. When
dishonest
you're
for you to
voting.
act like there's not any type of identification necessary in terms of voting.
You just said you don't have to provide your identification. You just
How
have
many
to
more
provide
times do I need to say this for
identification.
you? In order
You
to
just, I
register to
know what you
vote,
said.
you have to
Right.
provide identification.
Okay. So when you're in person voting, you go there. How do you prove that you are registered to vote?
Okay, one, in order to be able to get that, you would have to specifically be like, "Oh, this is who I am," right?
How do
And
you
then
do
you
that
get it.
with identification, right? You can't just say, this is me, this is my name, this is who I am.
There's a verification based upon a few things, right? Signature, right? There's address. There's plenty of things you can point to, right? In terms of the aspect of the voting process. I don't need to explain it to you again because when
Which
I vote,
everyone can
listen,
just
hey, listen,
lie
listen,
about.
listen. This is absurd. Listen, okay? When I get sent to my mail-in ballot and I'm signing my mail-in ballot
I'm not
and I'm
talking
doing all
about
of it,
mail-ins.
can
I
you
agree
let
with you
me
on
make my
mail-ins.
point?
I'm
Is it
with you on
possible?
mail-ins.
You're acting
Because
like
you're
a
bringing up
child right now.
something
You're
that
not letting me
I
make my
agree with
point.
you.
No, you're
Because I
not.
agree with you on this
Let me
point.
make
I
my
agree with
point.
you
I
on
don't
mail-ins.
care if you agree with me. Let me make my
Because you're
point.
bringing up mail-ins. I'm not talking about mail-ins.
I don't care. Listen.
Exactly.
Just
You
take a
don't care
listen.
because you want.
Why are
Okay,
you
fine,
crashing
I'll
out?
leave it.
Listen. Just listen to my point. Jesus Christ,
All
dude.
right.
What a child. Literally.
I'm not a child.
You're acting like one.
Then why are you bringing up mail-in ballots? I told you I
I'm gonna tell
understand the
you if
mail-in
you
ballot.
shut the fuck up.
All right, no. See, you get too mad too easy.
I'm mad. You're the one crashing out. I'm just telling you to
told
shut
me
the fuck
shut
up.
the fuck up. Okay,
Yeah, cry
relax.
about it.
You don't need it. I'm not crying. I don't care if you tell me.
Then
I'm
be
just saying.
quiet and
We're
let me
having a
make my
debate.
point. I'm waiting. I'm
All
still
right,
trying to
go
do
ahead.
so.
Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. If you want to talk about mail-in ballots, right? The reason why I brought up mail-in
I
ballots
don't.
is
I don't want to talk about mail-in ballots.
okay. Do I have to mute you because you're a child and you can't listen? You can't let me make a point. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so in a mail-in ballot, I don't have to provide identification when I vote. When I get sent the ballot, that is proof that I provided identification in registering to vote. So the registration to vote is where you provide identification. I don't have to provide identification when I vote mail-in. Why is this important? Because Trump did the very same process. He voted mail-in. And he did the same thing. He didn't provide identification when he voted. The identification was provided when he registered to vote. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, and and I'm with you on that. I agree with you. It's common sense. You get a ballot in the mail. How are you going to prove your information when you're in your house by yourself? It makes complete sense. I'm not talking about mail-in. I'm talking about in-person voting. I don't know why you keep bringing up mail-in voting because I'm with you on that. It's logical and you're completely right. You get the ballot because you're a registered voter. cut obvious. I'm talking about when I get in my car and drive to a voting booth and I say, here I am, I'm here to vote. Why do I not have to provide my identification to vote? Because let's just say hypothetically, I don't have an ID. I'm not registered to vote. And they say, all right, you want to vote? And I don't have to prove any identification. And I'm just going to fill out a ballot, write a fake signature, write a fake address, and they're going to count my ballot. Or I'll write someone
So
else.
then why don't you do that? Why don't you just make fake ballots with fake names? Because if you think that that's possible, go do it.
Wait, so how is that not possible?
Go do it. I'm waiting. Go do it. You can go. You can just go do that, and you can just forge whatever you want. Go do it.
Because I don't need to do that.
Because there's not even voter registration for the name that you'd be creating. There has to be identification based upon voter registration.
In person, you're saying?
Yeah, they'd have to already be registered.
Okay, and how do you prove that you're already registered when you go in person to vote?
Because they're already registered within the system.
Right. And
So it's verified based upon the signature?
And
Do you understand?
when is that step? Is that step before you fill out your ballot or after you fill out your ballot?
The registering to vote is before. The
No, I'm
signature
talking
is
about
when you're
the
filling it out.
verification. No, I'm talking about the verification of the signature.
They verify it like when counting the vote, yeah.
Yeah, who does that and when? That's after you put in your ballot and then they're counting the vote. They go through the ballot, they verify the signature to verify that they're registered voter, you're saying?
Yeah, why do I have to explain this to you?
Okay, and that happens where? Each election booth?
It's going to be the people who count the votes. I'm not quite familiar with every aspect of the process, but
And you think that there's no flaw with that?
you could say that there might be a flaw from your perspective with that. I don't think there's an issue with it. I think it's fine.
So
I think it's fair.
Let me
And
ask
it makes
you,
sense. If you think that there's an issue with the voting, then you can provide me a basis for that.
let me ask you a personal opinion. Let's just say hypothetically you worked at a polling office or whatever, and you were the person counting the votes. What would be easier for you and make your job easier? If the people who walked in proved that they were registered to vote, or if you had to prove that they were registered yourself?
You verify based upon the vote. What would make it
I'm asking
easier?
what would
It
be
could be
easier for
easier
you.
if there was a scanning of like an ID prior or something like that. Maybe that might make it
Okay,
easier.
so you agree
I don't know
with
what
me.
your point is though. That doesn't change
'Cause
whether or
so
not these are
that's-
legitimate results.
That's my whole point. It would be easier, and it'd be
Okay,
a
you could
lot
say you might try to make
more
it easier
thorough.
that way, but you're not
No, not
understanding.
just easier,
Listen,
just-
you're not you're
You-
not
why you cut me
understanding.
off?
Okay, are you gonna cry about it? Genuinely, like you're not actually responding to my points. I'm making the point that this doesn't change the legitimate aspect of the results. What's your point of saying this? You understand that undocumented immigrants aren't just able to come into our country and vote. You are making this argument that they were. They're not registered to vote. How the hell could they vote?
So in order to register to vote, all you need is identification, or
You
is
need
there
to
anything else?
register. Can
I'm
undocumented
saying
immigrants
when you
register
register.
to vote?
I'm saying when you register to vote. what do you
Can
do?
undocumented immigrants register to vote?
It depends if they have identification.
No, they can't.
Yes.
No, they can't.
Okay. So you think that? So if you don't think that there's any flaw, right? That these
Okay,
people
do
who
you have
work
any
at the
evidence that
ballot,
undocumented immigrants are voting? Unless you're saying that someone is specifically committing a crime and they're engaging in, right, like identity theft or something like that. You don't have a basis for this. Undocumented immigrants don't have the ability to vote.
you're asking me to prove something that I literally cannot prove, because there's no way I can just look it up and find an exact example. The only possible way that I would be wrong is if it happened not once in any election. And if you can't agree that it's somebody voted who either is deceased or somebody who's not a citizen, if you think it has never ever happened once,
Hey, your argument
Well,
here
take-
was that Democrats wanted to bring in undocumented immigrants so that they could vote in the 2024 election. One,
so they could earn their
they
vote.
can't
Yes.
vote. They literally cannot register, okay, to vote.
Right.
Secondly, it was not intentional for undocumented immigrants to be brought into the country. That's an absurd idea.
Wait, repeat that last part.
Yeah, Biden did not intentionally allow for undocumented immigrants into the country. That was
So
not
why
that was
didn't-
the position. They did
Why-
have border enforcement.
Why didn't he have a stricter border policy
They did.
than Trump?
I'm not saying then Trump, but they had specifically strict border policy.
Would you say it's stricter than previous Democrat legislation? Would you say
It's
it's
very similar. They were advocating for long-term policy too.
stricter than Obama?
I think the exec. I'm not making a claim that it's stricter. I'm pretty sure it's very similar.
So, you understand Obama's nickname and how he deported so many people, and
Yeah.
I just it's just
Trump's on
weird
track
that
to deport more people, and he's violating due process to a greater extent.
not with expedited release. It's just weird that the
Expedited
Democrats
removal,
of the
yes.
past,
Trump expanded expedited removal.
the Democrats of the past were so strict on too many illegal immigrants and we got to get them out of the country. Hillary Clinton said it herself. Bill Clinton said it, and then all of a sudden, when listen, we can find a common ground in this. Our country is very split. Right, left. It's almost like a I don't know divided thing with especially with politics, but as soon as Trump came in, it's automatically Democrats are against this immigration policy, and they want everyone to have all these sanctuary cities be flooded with illegal immigrants. It just makes no sense.
Okay, I don't know what your point is here.
I'm just saying that the Democrats usually, or within recent history, didn't have the same ideology that Democrats have now, or Democrat civilians have now, where they want everyone to be free to come into this country. Everyone should be allowed in here without going through any investigation process or just everyone could come in for free. Not free, but anyone could come in willingly.
No one in Congress is saying that just open the border. Democrats were not saying open the border. Like, there's no
So you
argument that
agree
you
there
have
should
for that.
be-
Can you give me a single policy that Democrats passed that opened the border?
A policy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have had to look up a policy, but you could just look at the numbers and see how many people have came into the country compared to every other administration.
That doesn't mean that there were no restrictions on the border. It just means that there was economic insecurity around the world because of global inflation.
Just those 4 years, not any other year. You're saying, just those 4 years, there was, would you say, global economic, whatever you said? You said
Yeah,
just those
there
4
was
years.
global
right?
inflation, yeah, after the pandemic, yeah.
So just those 4 years, you're saying there wasn't
Yeah,
global inflation.
I'm sorry, do I
before
need
that?
to explain to you that inflation happened under Biden's term because of global inflation?
When you say global inflation, do you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah, there was inflation all around the world because of supply chain issues relating to the pandemic.
Right. So people wanted to come into America.
Mm-hmm.
And what about past? What about the past when so many people wanted to come into America?
I'm saying that this is something that would cause more people to come to the United States.
But a lot of people wanted to come to the United States before that. Look at the immigration numbers. Everyone wants to come to America.
I said more, genius. Holy
More?
shit, dude. I said it's going to incentivize more people to come here because of the fact that there's economic insecurity around the world.
So you agree that America was, where if you were living outside of America and there was a global inflation, you would want to go to America? I'm just asking your opinion.
Wait, repeat that?
If you were living outside of America after the pandemic and the global inflation was going on, would you have wanted to go to America as well?
Depends on what country I was in, and I would want to stay near my family. Some people do that to a greater extent because of economic insecurity.
Okay. So even in Cuba, where the economy is completely shot, in Venezuela, the economy is terrible, way before COVID, those people,
Yeah, and there
why
were
didn't
people
they come?
coming from those countries prior to this point. I'm just saying that around the world, this caused more people to come to our country.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. And what's your opinion on no tax on overtime?
It's good. Small portion of the big beautiful bill. Most of the tax cuts
You
go
actually
to
agree with
millionaires and billionaires, right, and to people with very high income, right? It's not going to the average working class American, right? Kamala Harris wanted to keep all the tax cuts for income earners under $400,000 a year. Plus, the quote-unquote no tax on overtime is just a deduction
Right.
from your taxable income.
Yes. I give you credit for actually agreeing with it, because most people who are on the left or against Trump will just try to lie and say that it's not a good thing at all. I understand it's a small part of the bill, but it benefits me.
Okay. But how is it benefiting you in a manner overall? Because I just explained to you that because of the fact that Donald Trump has imposed um, these policies, it would actually make you worse off because Kamala Harris is wanting to keep all the tax cuts for income earners under $40,000 a year, whereas Donald Trump wants to impose tariffs, which will cause your prices to go up.
Well, my prices haven't gone up. Inflation is at 2.3%. The price of groceries may have gone up. My personal situation, I don't have to pay for groceries. I don't have to pay for much. I'm in a privileged situation, so I voted what's best for me.
So you
So if
make
you're
over $400,000 a year?
no, 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 no.
Okay, so you will pay more in taxes because of Trump's policies.
How am I going to pay more in taxes if I'm paying on taxes on a lower taxable income?
Yeah, because tariffs.
How does tariffs affect my end of the year taxes?
Because they will increase your consumer products. Everyone buys consumer products. If it increases the cost of consumer products, it's going to make you pay more.
I personally don't have to buy many consumer products.
Yes, you do.
I live at home. I don't have to pay for groceries. I don't have to pay for gas. I pay for
Your
some.
parents do then.
My parents were comfortable. They'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be more expensive for them.
How
And
much?
you don't buy anything. You don't pay for anything. How old are you?
No, I pay. I'm 20. I pay for things with my girlfriend. I'm saying groceries and gas. I'm
Then
in a
it's gonna
privileged
cost you
situation.
more money in that respect.
Are you? Is there specifics?
Yeah, every consumer product is more expensive. When you buy any consumer products, that's going to happen.
I haven't seen a difference.
Okay. Well, prices have gone up.
I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen. When I take my girlfriend out to dinner, it's the same price it usually is from 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's the same
That's
spiel.
ridiculous. That's
It's
ridiculous
not
for you to say
ridiculous. This
that.
is the truth.
4 or 5 years ago, it was not the same cost. That's bullshit. You're lying.
I'm not
How old are
lying.
you? How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, you're 25 years old, so that's a ridiculous assertion, dude. That is an absurd assertion for you
What
to
is
say that when
ridiculous about it?
4 years ago that the prices were the same. We had some of the highest levels of inflation since stagflation. Okay, the idea that prices are the same is absurd.
Well, I'm saying 4 years and before that, not too far before that. But I'm saying things are obviously over time going to go up. But I haven't seen anything where it's noticeably, ridiculously much more
But
expensive.
it is more expensive. Okay, so when
Like
you say,
what is
"Oh, it's
more
not
expensive?
ridiculously more expensive," it is more expensive, and this will cause you to pay more.
What
That's
is
just the
more
reality.
expensive?
Everything
What
across the board.
specifically? Like
Or
what? Give me an
groceries.
example,
Groceries are more expensive,
which
right?
I don't have to
Gas
pay
is.
for,
What's up?
so it doesn't affect me. That doesn't
You
affect me.
understand that if groceries are more expensive, even when you go out to eat with your girlfriend, it will be more expensive. Because the products that they have to buy in order to make the food that you're going to buy, specifically when you go out to eat, right, they have to go to the grocery store.
And what percentage higher are they?
Do I have to? It's different based upon the industry.
Uh, Give me a steakhouse.
I don't know
Meats.
off the top of my head a steakhouse. So I can just tell you overall prices are increasing above 3%, right, in the past year. So that's actually trending up,
3%.
and that's getting
So
worse.
just overall 3%.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to pay $3 more on $100 bill on $100 tab
Oh, in the last year, yeah.
on an average. I'm saying obviously I'm
Yeah.
not. Wow. So $3 that might make or break me. Holy crap.
That's
That might
one
actually
year. There's
ruin me.
multiple years in the administration. If this continues up, it's going to be well more expensive than that. And
$6? No way. $6. I might have to take out a loan to go out to eat.
okay, so you understand I could say the same thing with the taxes that you're going to receive under Harris. You're not even going to be taxed more. So you don't even pay
She didn't have no
bills.
tax on overtime. She had no tax on tips. She didn't have no tax on overtime.
She wants no tax on tips. That's what she was advocating for. And the no tax on
Right.
overtime is something that they would put in
She
the bill
didn't.
as it's a tax code that's applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year.
She didn't have anything about overtime.
She did.
She had
She
tips.
said that.
No, she
Listen. She wanted to keep all of the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year.
Keep
And wait,
the
do you
tax
work
cuts, you're
overtime?
saying?
Do you work overtime?
Yes.
So you work overtime, and how much overtime would you say that you typically get?
Are you saying like a dollar amount per year or hour wise?
Sure, dollar amount per year.
Around $25,000.
Okay, so I think it's only 6,000 of that you can actually deduct from your taxable income.
So 12,500 exactly because I'm single, and if I was married, it'd be 25,000. You can fact check me on that.
Yeah, no, I'll look.
and, listen,
I'd
I
rather
know that for a fact because I was very influenced on this
You're right,
decision.
12,500. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
deductible from your income. So you only save your top marginal tax rate times 12,500.
What do you mean times?
Yeah, because it's a deduction of your taxable income,
Right.
right? That means that you're just reducing your taxable income, not that you don't
Right.
have to pay taxes on any of those tips.
No, I know.
Or not tips,
I know what it
overtime.
means. So let's say I made 140,000 and 25,000 of that was overtime.
12,500.
I'm just saying I made 25,000. 12,500 of that 25,000 would come off of 140,000, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I would pay 127.5 instead of 140.
You would pay taxes on that, yeah.
Right. So instead of, I pay less taxes and I'm keeping that money in my pocket. So with that $3 that I'm missing out on because of inflation.
Why are you just
I
saying
probably
$3 as if you
multiply.
only are going to get one bill for $100?
Well, I'm just using that as an example.
I understand,
Yeah,
and that's
when
a stupid example.
Well, you
If
said-
you look
you
at a
said
yearly
consumer
basis,
goods.
these will cost you thousands of dollars on a yearly basis for the increase in tariffs. That's been determined by economists.
Well, I told you that I don't pay for groceries. Things that I pay for are, mostly for my girlfriend.
Are
and
you going
what
to
we
be at
do.
any point
Going to be what?
paying for groceries or paying for anything in your life?
Yeah, when me
Are
and
you
my
gonna
girlfriend
move
get a
out?
house. Yes.
Okay, so when you do, you want things to be cheaper, right?
Obviously, yeah. The housing market is
Okay, so then
gone down a
why are
little
you
bit.
supporting policies that are going to make it more expensive?
Because during this time period when Trump's administration is in office, I'm going to benefit from it, and I'm going to pay less taxes on my income.
Okay.
I could
You're
afford
not.
to take a $3 hit on $100.
Okay, well, it's not just $100. How much would you say you spend a month?
2,000, 2,500, maybe three,
Okay.
depending.
Okay, so what is 3% of that?
If it was 1,000, it would be $30.
Three. You said 3% of what? 3,000?
Yeah, no, 1,000, 1,000.
1,000 or 3,000? Which one is it? Now it's 1,000.
Well, I
Now
just
you
use
only spend
1,000.
1,000.
If you want to go to 3,000, that'd be $90. 2,000, it'd be $60. Whatever way you want to put it. If you're trying to get me that I can't do math in my head,
That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to ask you which one is your income. Which one are not income? Which one is your monthly expenditure? Is it 2,000 or 3,000?
It depends the month. It's around that area.
On average, we'll go with 2,000. Okay, so it's a $60 every single month. 60 times 12, right? That's $720, right? Just an increase specifically in the amount you're paying, let alone the fact that you're going to have to earn more in the future. And that's just taking into account 3%. That's only one of these years. If you take into account and you cumulatively add that on top, these next coming years, that's going to be even more because every single year there's inflation.
So let's just say it went 3, 4, 5% for the next 3 or 4 years. Then it would be around 7,421. It would be around $3,500 that I would be paying extra just based on the inflation of goods, correct? Or just ballpark.
Not taking into account the increase in inflation for the next months or next years.
Well, I'm just it would be around that area. It wouldn't go to like 10,000.
Here, can I pause you real quick, just because I know there's a million people in the comment section saying this. Chat, by the way, I am knowledgeable about the fact that there has been 2 National Guard members that were shot in D.C. and that the White House is currently under shutdown. It's the title of my YouTube now.
Wait,
And
what
2,
happened?
we were literally mid conversation. So, the White House is on
Wait,
shutdown.
what happened?
The White House is on lockdown.
Sorry.
There were 2 National Guard members that were shot.
By a civil. Well, do you know any detail? I didn't even know this. Do you know any details?
So this is from AP News. 2 National Guard members were shot Wednesday near the White House, and their conditions aren't immediately known, according to law enforcement and officials not authorized to discuss the matter publicly, who spoke to AP on condition of anonymity. Emergency vehicles were seen responding to the area, and the Joint DC Task Force confirmed that they were responding to an incident in the vicinity of the White House in the movements after reports of the shooting. However, the spokesperson wouldn't immediately confirm or deny if any National Guard members had been shot. Metropolitan Police Department said they were responding to the shooting but didn't immediately provide more information. A spokesperson for Mayor Muriel Bowser said that the local leaders were actively monitoring the situation. And Trump is at his West Palm Beach golf course when the shooting took place.
Damn, that's terrible. Well, if you want to get back to what we were talking about, we can. I was saying around that ballpark, let's just say it's $4,000 that I end up paying extra on consumer goods and the inflation of them. Is there a way you can calculate how much more money I'm saving with the $12,500 deduction from my taxable income per year?
Depends on what
Just can you give me that number for that?
What's your top marginal tax rate?
You could go for 140. Well, you saying the percentage, or you just say I could just tell you I'm gonna make 140 this year.
Okay. And what's the top marginal tax rate that you pay? I can look at tax brackets if you don't know.
It would. I think it's 20. You saying asking me for the percentage?
24%.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I got you. Give me 1 second.
Because I know the number off the top of my head.
Okay. You get about $3,000
Per year.
Are you gonna have children?
In the future, not in the near future, though.
Okay, Kamala Harris wants to expand the child tax credit.
Right, so I don't have children.
Okay, wait, by the way, you make $140K and you're living at home?
Yeah, I live in New York, and it's very tough. And just personal, the way I was raised, I'm not looking to move in with my girlfriend until we're engaged. That's just the way I was raised.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, so you said 3,000?
Wait, why do you have to be engaged to move in with your girlfriend?
That's just what I believe in. I don't believe in, I am planning on marrying her. That's just the way I was raised.
Is that like for religious reasons?
No, it's just the way I was raised and how I would like it to be.
All right.
And someone said I'm Italian. Yes, I'm Italian.
Yeah, but you understand that you're going to have to pay significantly more because of Donald Trump imposing all of these things, right?
So, wait, what number did you say? 3,000 that I'm going to be saving instead of paying?
Yeah, but
right?
that's when you don't have any type of expenditures for living outside the house. You inevitably are going to live outside the house. Like, how many more years do you think you're living at home?
I couldn't tell you. But
do you think for another 3 or 4 more years you're going to be living there?
I doubt it.
Okay, so then you're gonna move out, and things are gonna be significantly more expensive for you.
Right. But this is where I want to stick to the point. The numbers. I said let's just say it's $5,000 that I have to pay. It goes 3% and it goes up. Even if it was 3%, it wouldn't be. If it stayed at 3% every year, it wouldn't go to. It wouldn't even get to 5,000. I just said 5,000 for a number that I'm paying on the inflation of, goods, but I'm saving 3,000 per year. So let's just say that's 12,000 in 4 years, and I'm gonna have to pay, which is a stretch, 5,000. So that's a $7,000 difference that I'm gonna be saving, even with the inflation of the goods.
No, you're
tax and overtime.
You're miscalculating.
Without the no tax and overtime, I wouldn't have that opportunity.
You're
that's
miscalculating.
Why. What am I miscalculating?
Yeah, because one, you're not adding the cumulative level of inflation because inflation piles on top of each other. Does that make sense?
That's why I said 5,000.
No. So if you what would you think your monthly expenditures would be once you move out? Monthly expenditures would likely be above 5,000, right?
Yeah, probably.
Especially with rent. Okay. So if you do 5,000 and you multiply that by 0.12 because that's adding 3 times 4. That's fair. Okay.
Wait, point.
By the
wait,
end of the
point one, two.
administration, you're going to be paying $600 extra a month. Okay. Multiply
Plus
that by
my
12.
girlfriend's income.
That's $7,200 a year. Okay.
Plus
And that's
my
by the end
girlfriend's
of the
income.
administration.
Plus my girlfriend's income. So you could cut that in half for me personally, technically. I mean, that's if me and my girlfriend
That's still
split everything.
more expensive than the amount that you're going to get from the no tax on overtime.
But you said that over
And again,
4 years.
that's
but
assuming.
You said I'm saving
That's
3,000 every
assuming.
year.
Listen, that's assuming Harris wouldn't have any no tax on overtime, which she was advocating to keep all the tax cuts for income earners under $400,000 a year.
There was no tax cuts on overtime under $4,000 a year, $400,000 a year before Trump or
I
even
understand,
mentioned.
but that's
before
what she was advocating for, and Congress would vote upon that bill in 2025 if she were in office.
I mean, it's well, I got it with Trump, but like I said when I first got up here, I stand with Republican values and what they stand for. So I got, that part of it with the no tax and overtime. So I mean, as long as you can understand why I voted for him, that's fair enough.
It
not here
doesn't
to
make
change
sense
your
though,
mind.
because there's a few things. It's not just that. It's also the fact that Donald Trump, right, is an extreme harm to our society. Like, let me ask you this question: if Donald Trump called for the execution of some Democrats, would you say that you would stop supporting him?
I know he said that. And I'll say this straight up. He says things that sometimes, like his 60-minute interview. Did you watch it?
Dude, I don't want questions asked to me. I want an
No,
answer
I'm
to
just
my
saying.
question.
I know, but I'm answering it. Like that was a hard watch for me. It was kind of frustrating because he wouldn't let the interviewer speak, and I don't think he's got good. I don't know, maybe character, but the way he speaks and the way he acts is kind of frustrating sometimes when you support him. So I understand what you're saying, and things he says sometimes are idiotic. But like I said, Republican values is going to overweigh that for me, and that's just where I stand.
So you would support him even though he specifically said that he would execute some Democrats or wanted to?
I'll still support the Republican Party. Like I said, I don't support what he said in that
No,
scenario.
like, would you still, like, if you could go back in time, would you still vote for him, or would you regret your vote?
I will vote for Republican values, not for him. I will vote whoever is running for Republican. I will vote for them. You're trying to get me in a pickle right
So
here.
if Trump is running for the Republican ticket, you would vote for him even if he called for the execution of some Democrats.
For the Republican values, that's why I would vote for him.
Okay. And even if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
I vote for Republican values.
Even if he sexualized his daughter?
I vote for Republican values. I don't vote for that. I don't vote for anything. Listen, that's how I know I win.
Even if he denied the 2020 election results and tried to undermine the 2020 election?
That's when I know I won. Sexually assault, this, that, he's a convicted felon. That's when I know I won.
No.
Because you didn't bring that up the whole entire time until now.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm saying, at what point would you say it's too much? And this doesn't mean you won.
Republican values
I'm
won't
sorry.
change.
Listen. Me bringing up the fact that Donald Trump sexually abused a woman and you still saying you support him is not winning.
No.
That's our country losing because you're supporting a guy who is literally a predator.
You put words in my mouth now.
What do you mean I put words in your mouth? You said you'd still support him. What Republican values?
I support Republican values.
Such as?
I'm not going to vote for a Democrat just because I don't agree with what he does in his personal life.
Such as?
Whatever you may accuse him of.
No, I'm asking, what do Democrats do that you think is so bad that you're willing to support Republicans?
Taxing the rich is one really big thing I'm against.
So not even
it doesn't work, and it makes no sense.
It does work.
Okay, how are you going to tax somebody who doesn't have an income and all their assets are in stocks and real estate? Let me guess.
Increase long-term capital gains.
Tax.
Yes,
yeah,
increase
exactly.
long-term capital gains.
Okay.
On an income over $1 million in a year.
Okay, and how do you do that when what do you do if somebody makes, let's just say, X amount, $1 million on a property or on a stock, and then they have to pay the capital gains tax on that, right? What do you do if the stock goes down and they lose that money? They get the money back?
This isn't an unrealized tax. This is a realized tax once you pull out the money. You don't know what a long-term capital gains is?
that wouldn't change anything. So that wouldn't change anything. Elon Musk still would have been able to buy Twitter because it's, like you said, it's realized type. I thought you were saying unrealized.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how that relates to the point that I'm making. I'm saying we should tax the rich and we should increase taxes on income over $1 million a year in terms of long-term capital gains because it's significantly lower than income tax rates.
Okay. the rich that you're speaking of, they don't have an income of $1 million. They have the assets. They own these companies. They have portfolios that are
Hey,
billions of dollars. They have
genius. When
real
they
estate
pull
worth.
money out of their assets, they would have to
But they
pay
don't
this
do. That's
long-term
the
capital
point.
gains
They
tax
don't
rate.
do that. They
They do
don't
at some
do
point.
that. No,
Yes,
they
they do.
don't.
This would generate revenue.
That's how Elon Musk bought Twitter with Tesla
I
shares.
understand. He used that as collateral. What's your point?
Collateral for what?
To be able to get Twitter. He used his Tesla stock as collateral?
Exactly. He didn't sell any Tesla stocks, so he
I
wouldn't
never
have been
said he
taxed
did.
on it.
That doesn't mean that we're not
Exactly.
increasing taxes on rich individuals. At some point, there's
I
going to be...
can't even argue with you. You
What?
can't even acknowledge what is the truth.
I am acknowledging the truth. What do you mean I can't acknowledge the truth?
All right. Goodbye.
Wait, are you going to run away? What was I not acknowledging? He literally just ran away. What the fuck, dude? What did I even say, dude? What did I not acknowledge? What a fucking weirdo, dude. Sophia, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I did see that. Emily, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Estella, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. Carly as well. Thank you for the $5. Tammy, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Madeline, thank you for the $1. And for the $1 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll have to look through that. Louise, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Shannon with the 5. Ally, thank you so much for the, or Ali, thank you so much for the 5 as well. All right, I have a few people to thank on YouTube Super Chat, and then we're going to get the next person up here first before I do that. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description on YouTube. So as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I mean, I don't know if I really.
Okay. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? So the next individual, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Jeff, how old are you?
69.
Do you support Trump?
No.
Okay. Based. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
What's your birth year?
2005.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd still vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump? Or actually, wait, before you do, can I say thank you to a few people real quick, and then we can move on?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, I have a few people to thank real quick, and then we can move on to our conversation. Do give it a second, everyone. Do give it a second. Let me quick do so. Michelle, thank you so much for the $2 for Hope You Feel Better. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Darsel, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Darsel. Silver, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Devin, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. And Ebot, thank you for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I definitely am, and I'm definitely going to be resting after this for sure. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Keep some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube. As well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. I do plan to be on for 4 hours, so like another 3 more hours, but I'll see how I feel depending on how I feel, because I do feel sick right now, everyone. Better than yesterday, but I do still feel sick. So why do you support Donald Trump?
He facilitated the necessary circumstances to get Roe v. Wade repealed.
Okay. And why do you think that's a good thing?
Because abortion is murder across the board.
Okay. And why do you think abortion is murder?
You're snuffing out the potential for conscious life.
Okay. So would you say that IVF is wrong?
Yes.
So you think that people who are engaged in the IVF process because they discard many zygotes and embryos as a part of the process, you're saying that they're a part of a process of serial murder and should go to prison?
No, they shouldn't go to prison. However, they are a part. It should be outlawed.
But they're murdering many people under your view. They're discarding many zygotes and embryos. So how come discarding zygotes and embryos isn't murder enough to be made illegal and say that they should go to prison under your view?
It is the government's responsibility to protect the people from themselves in that particular matter.
Meaning that, like, people who get abortions, they shouldn't go to prison, right?
Right. No, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't? So overturning Roe versus Wade allows for that to happen. So you actually sound like pro-choice if you don't want to put people in
abort. No, sir. If you're aborting somebody after the law has been made, then yes, you've murdered somebody.
Okay. So you would say that
By
you
the
don't
legal
want...
definition.
So I have a
By the
question.
legal
So you disagree
That's
with
the important
retroactive
distinction.
enforcement of the law?
Yes.
So is that a reason why Nazis shouldn't have been held accountable in the international war crimes that they committed because there wasn't a law in Germany restricting that at the time?
That is the most Cro-Magnon take I've ever heard, Porker.
Yeah, like in the context of these different cases, they literally said that the first person...
in the context of genocide. Yeah, in the context of genocide in Nuremberg, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
but
and
we
if
should
someone...
probably not allow
So a
that to
person who
happen.
committed murder...
Those are war crimes, by the way. Those
I understand.
are war crimes across
I understand.
And they're
So a
living-
person who commits murder,
they were
right, prior to
living-
there being a law that restricts murder, you're saying that they shouldn't go to prison?
No, they shouldn't. I mean, this is a different
That's
matter
crazy.
altogether.
That's crazy. So then your argument there essentially means that the Nazis shouldn't have
think
been
they
held
should be
accountable
murdered?
because there weren't laws against what they did. There weren't international laws at that time that restricted them from doing that.
This is a terrible straw man.
It's not,
That's not what
because
he
the
said.
argument you're using was
That's not what he
literally
said.
used by... I just want to let you know, the argument you are using
not what he
was
said.
literally used by Nazis in the context of these different court cases.
Okay, keep grifting, buddy.
I'm telling you that Nazis literally use this argument. So what's your response to that?
You just want us to be Nazis so bad. Dude.
I don't want you to be a Nazi. I'm just saying that Nazis specifically, they use this exact reasoning, and I think that you disagree with that reasoning. So I'm using this as a basis to show you that you probably don't consider abortion to be murder.
Completely different.
Now,
That
let me
those
tell you,
people
just
were-
because they shouldn't go to prison doesn't mean that they've done something objective, like morally objectable, as well. And I mean, as far as that goes, there are certain principles in life that are just embedded. So, committing the genocide of 6 million people is just an automatic. Of course, that needs to be taken care of in the court of law.
Don't you think abortion is genocide?
It is, yeah.
It's
Okay, so then you wouldn't want to hold people who commit genocide accountable?
It's the government.
We should. I mean,
forcing
we
it
should
on
hold them accountable socially. You should be shamed for having.
No, I'm
abortions.
talking about laws, because we use laws to put people who specifically, like, literally murdered Jewish people and others specifically during the Holocaust in prison, right?
Okay,
Or
well,
they
there's
got literally
only
executed.
there's only a huge push to brainwash people now that abortion isn't murder. So I'm not going to hold them
Why are
accountable
you
to
trying
things
to
that they're
compare
not.
people that do abortions to
Because
Nazis,
back
Parker?
then they were
Why are you
brainwashed
making
as
that
well in Nazi
comparison?
Germany. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be held accountable.
It
That's not a
sounds like you're
defense.
projecting. It sounds like you're
I'm just
projecting.
telling
Do
you what
think
you're
that?
bringing up is not a legal defense.
Yeah, you're just fucking grifting.
Okay,
You're
hold
trying
on.
to
All
make
right,
people
shut the
sound like
fuck up,
Nazis.
Alex. Hold on, shut the fuck up for a second. All right, can you go back? All right.
Even your friends telling
Repeat
you to
your
shut the
point.
fuck up. That's crazy, bro.
No. I just don't need him talking over me while I'm trying
I've
to
already
debate you here.
debated you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've already debated him. You can. All right. Can you
Wait,
repeat the last thing you
wait,
said?
wait, is that the other Chris? Who just calls
This
me a
is the
grifter
real,
every day?
the one and only. Okay, this is the goat himself. All right, buddy.
So his name is actually Alex.
Yeah.
Okay. So Alex, you are literally so annoying. I just want to let you know, you are obsessed with me and Dean.
Okay, buddy.
And you got dog walked every time we've had a conversation. How does it feel?
You conceded to me. I mean,
I
we
have
haven't had
never
a real-
conceded to you. You just say that every time because you have no actual arguments.
I have a clip of it, buddy. So why don't you go
You
back
don't have
to
a
your
clip of
VODs?
shit. Tell me the specific point.
You go back to your VODs. I've been debating you for months, buddy.
Yeah, and you get dog walked every time. How does it feel?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Your whole your whole Discord or like the people in Dean's
My Discord's not
Discord,
even open.
Everybody's in Dean's Discord using it as yours because yours got banned. You fucking idiot.
It didn't get banned. I shut it off.
Good, because you were mad that people that follow you hate you.
No, because it's just a lot to deal with.
Everybody in your fucking Discord calls you guys performative as fuck, and it's obvious.
I don't have my Discord, so if you're saying people in Dean's Discord call us performative, I don't care. People flock to a Discord like that, right? Calling us performative is not evidence, right, of us being performative.
Your longtime supporters call you performative. Like the people that support you guys call you performative. Like they're calling you out on your bullshit.
So they don't support us if they're calling us performative.
No, they want you to stop.
That means that they don't support us, genius. Wow, you're very smart.
Oh, they support the movement, and you guys are at the head of the movement. You fucking idiot.
Support what? So they don't support me.
They support the movement, and you're the head of the movement. It's just like
what movement are you referencing?
They support the
What movement are you referencing?
Go ahead and debate my friend on abortion, buddy.
Yeah, I'm really only here for this abortion debate. Whether or not you're performative, I don't really care. As long as you can debate me on this matter. What was the last thing you pointed out about Nazism as in relation to abortion? Or?
Yeah, I'm saying that the same legal defense that you just used for why people shouldn't be put in prison for getting abortions and the IVF process, under your view, would be the justification that the Nazis used, right, during after World War II and the Nuremberg trials, where they specifically were held accountable for the murder that they committed. And it was already argued in this that it's not an argument to say that just because there wasn't a law at that particular time means that they shouldn't be held accountable. That's an absurd idea.
Okay. So
either you have to say it's
this
illegal right now, or you have to say it's not murder.
I was going to say, so should this be enshrined into law? You're making the point to me that those people should go to prison.
Oh, I don't think that,
All right,
but I'm saying based upon
pretty
your own
extreme
reasoning,
in
it would
my
indicate
abortion
that.
views. I'm pretty extreme in my abortion views, but I just couldn't advocate that in its own right. Only because these people are being brainwashed into thinking
'Cause
that
it's not
life
murder.
isn't valuable.
I'm sorry, but it's not murder then.
No,
Right,
it is
because
absolutely
you
murder.
could say
I don't
that
know what you're talking about.
the
This is
Nazis
gonna
could have
lead to
said that they were
population
brainwashed and
inversion.
the Nazis could have just said that they were brainwashed as well. That's not a legal defense. Being brainwashed, right, is
They
not
kind
a
of
legal
were
defense.
brainwashed by methamphetamine. They kind of were brainwashed.
Well,
And
you
if
can't
think
say on the
that
live show. I actually have to
Americans
kick
wouldn't do
you.
this shit today.
I actually have to kick you because it's TikTok TOS to refer to that particular DRUG. You can come up a different day and you can finish that conversation with me. I just can't keep you up today. Otherwise, it will restrict the push of my stream today. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. Just letting everyone again know, the White House is currently on shutdown right now. There have been 2 National Guard members shot outside of the Capitol or outside of the White House. Just letting everyone know. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Yeah, how old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
I am 2002, August 5th.
That's some horrible math you got there. Ugh. I have a headache, chat. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
38.
Do you support Trump?
I'm a based out homo. Yeah.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
Do you support Trump?
I don't, but I just want to say that I love you.
I really appreciate you very much. I am just looking for some debates right now. Do apologize for kicking you off so quick. I am just looking for some debates, though, right now. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 38. Are you talking to me, Quarry?
Yeah. Yeah, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because he's winning. Like, let me ask you something. You think just because the Epstein files are coming out, that's going to be bad for Trump?
Probably.
Okay, well, what happens when he launches an investigation to the Democrats, including Bill Clinton, and then all the files all documents he's implicated, he attaches to that investigation, and then the DOJ seals it as part of an ongoing investigation, and then none of that comes out, and then the media glosses over it, and then he exonerates himself in the eyes of the majority.
So if you're just saying that he's going to impose an investigation so that he doesn't have to release the files, then you're just saying that he doesn't want them to be released, and then he looks very guilty. So you're willing to support him even though he looks very guilty.
Um,
And I don't know if he'll bring
I
up
just
Bill
think
Clinton, because that might show that he, remember the video that could be with Bubba,
I just yeah,
or
but
the
I just
pictures.
think that there's enough people that have denied all the evidence that's come out already that should be enough that he's gonna be able to just get away with it, and not enough people are addressing the fact that he's gonna use this method to hide the stuff that's gonna implicate him, and then it's just gonna be glossed over. And I think more people with the
Wait, so
platform
then
should
you
be
do think
addressing.
that wait, so you support him even though there are things that implicate him?
No, I just think
Wait,
that people with this
so you
platform
don't
should
support him?
address. No, I
No?
just really want somebody to talk about this.
Okay. So we've been talking about this on the stream. These are things that have been brought up before, just letting you know. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Anthony, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Candy, thank you for the $50 for Happy Thanksgiving to you and your fam. Love Candy. Thank you so much, Candy. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for Candy in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Lori, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Lori. Amy Lee, thank you so much for the $1.75. Thank you so much. We might do a battles here pretty pretty soon. It's obviously just depend on whenever we have time, and I'm sick right now, so I doubt I couldn't, honestly. Patty, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Lauren with the $20. Thank you so much. And Eli, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next person here real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Feeling better today? A little bit, but I still do feel pretty sick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Right now, this is a shooting in the streets of Washington, D.C.
Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Go to support me as always again. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh my god, Parker, I love you so much.
Appreciate you. Let's go on the next individual here real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
23.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, kinda, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I probably vote for Trump.
Okay. And why do you support Trump?
So, the thing is, I've been getting into politics recently.
For sure. Wait, one second here real quick. What's your birth year?
2002.
Okay, and what month?
June.
Okay, just making sure. Go ahead and continue with what you're saying.
Yes. So recently I've been getting, I wanted to get into politics, right? So by listening to a bunch of people, talking to a lot of people, hearing about multiple things that Trump is doing for the economy and all of that, it seems like he was the best option out of all of the candidates that's been there before, but I'm not really educated in the topic.
Okay, how is he the best option from your perspective?
Well, from what I've heard, he's doing a bunch of things to focus on helping American people, helping the economy, and doing all that, like basically trying to improve things in the country.
Okay, so how is he helping the economy?
That's a good question. Like I said, I'm not really into like too much deep into like politics, so I wouldn't be able to tell you a specific clause or something like that. But like I said, from what I've heard from multiple candidates, I feel like Trump is the best option. I also disagree in a few things with him, like immigrations, but overall, I do feel he's the best option we have so far.
If you can't point to any economic policy, why could you say that you agree with him to a greater extent?
Because, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this, and I've heard a bunch of bad things about like Kamala, like incompetence. She's focusing like on other different things. And like I said, I've just been trying not to educate myself I'm more here and more to ask your opinion on things and maybe help myself to get educated a little bit.
Okay, if you can't point to any policies you agree with Trump on, I don't even know how we debate.
Oh, well, thanks for your
Okay.
time then.
Okay, all right. All right, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty, do give it a second. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 24.
And do you support Trump?
I think I do.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
See, that's the thing. I wouldn't vote. I didn't vote.
Okay. We are just looking for some debates. Everyone with who, in that context, someone who would vote. Only do send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey Parker, can we get a war GB, please? A war GB. It has to be like.
I don't even know what they said. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Yo, what's good, big dog?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
And what's your birth year?
04.
And what month?
March.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why
Did
do you
I
support
meet your
Trump?
little questionnaire?
Yeah. Why do you support Trump?
I actually support Trump for a lot of reasons. One of which, he does what he says. But I think the biggest reason I support Trump is he too actually is anti-Mark Carney.
I don't know what that means. Can you say who that is?
Oh, that's the Canadian Prime Minister currently.
Okay. I don't know why you brought that up. Are you trolling?
No, what?
Can you tell me why you actually support Trump?
I do. I mean, I support Trump for a lot of reasons, but like one of the main reasons is that like I have an adverse opinion on Mark Carney.
Okay. Can you give me a reason that's relevant?
He was able to go up there and literally call him out for like his bullshit.
Oh my god, bro. Holy fuck. Can you give me an actual reason why you support Trump? If not, I'll just go on to the next person. You're wasting my time.
Yeah, so for example, Mark Carney literally lied about his finances.
Okay, what state do you live in?
Kentucky.
What time is it?
3:46.
Okay. Name 3 cities in Kentucky.
Lexington, Louisville, and Elizabethtown.
Name 3 more.
London, Corbin, Winchester.
Name 2 states that border Kentucky.
Why do you care so much? Do I not like meet your little questionnaire?
Can you answer the question?
Yeah, one to the north, Ohio, one to the south, Tennessee.
Okay. Just clarifying, because you're only bringing up things relevant to Canada. So bring up something that's not
Yeah,
relevant
because
to Canada, or get
Trump
the hell
holds
off
an
my
adverse
stream.
opinion. Trump, you asked me why do I support Trump? Well, he also
Yeah.
holds an adverse opinion towards Mark
Dude.
Carney.
Hey, dude. You bring up Canada one more time, I'm just gonna go on to the next person. You're wasting my time.
How come? You don't want to engage because you don't know the topic.
Well, I don't know anything about them. I've told you multiple
Why?
times that's nothing
You don't know
to do.
anything about the country we have a trade war with?
I know nothing about the prime minister of the country that you're specifically referencing. As they're a new prime minister. This is something that's relatively new. I'm not familiar with them. I haven't done research on them. This isn't Canada. This is the
You're
United
not
States.
interested in talking about something you're not familiar with.
Of course not.
Is that the same thing you do to people who come up here when they don't know things about like the TCJA, when they don't know
That's
about like
relevant.
Trump's actual policy?
The TCJA is relevant as it's a policy within
And
our
so
country.
is Mark Carney. So is
No,
Mark
he's
Carney.
not. No, he's not.
Absolutely.
There's nothing to do with him. Like literally, it has no relevance at all.
You do
Whether or
not want
he has
to
a
engage.
positive or negative opinion. Because I
You do
don't
not
know
want to
what we're
engage.
referencing. Can you bring it? You have
You
about 10
don't know
more.
what we're referencing.
Yes, you have 10 seconds to debate me on something relevant to the topic, or I'm going to go on to the next person.
Okay. I mean, we can stem off of that Chris's guy's argument when we can talk about AB.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think a lot of these liberal women are not receiving the care that they need. Not so much of the abortion itself, but in serve of the mental treatment. Let's say, I think a lot of women feel very pressured by it. But I do think the comparison that you made with like the Nuremberg trials and like holding, Schnazis accountable is very similar. I do believe that getting an AB at the end of the day is schmurder, and I am pro-life, and I agree. I think they should be held accountable. If you can perpetuate your own like misfortune onto the future lives of America, it speaks volumes.
Okay, do you think that people involved in the IVF process should go to prison?
I'm not so sure because okay, what is the IVF doing directly?
Do you know what IVF is?
What are they doing?
What does IVF stand for?
It's like it's a procedure.
Yeah, what does it stand for?
I'm not really sure. I know it's a procedure where they fertilize the egg or whatever, and then they just they put it outside of the body.
It's called in vitro fertilization. So within that
in vitro
process,
fertilization,
per patient, there are multiple zygotes and embryos that are discarded, which are cellular lives. I don't give a shit about them because they're not sentient. But you would.
Why?
And you think that's murder.
So you only care about sentient being? Why don't you hold any moral value towards those who would be sentient being, in so much that they've already been fused?
Again, I don't just care about the potential for a future subjective experience.
Why?
I care about
Why?
future subjective experience insofar as that there's a past or a present already established.
You've lost your humanity.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Do you think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that's brain dead?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You do?
In so much
So type a 3 in the
If there's a chance,
type a 3 in the
if there's a chance that they can come out of a
type
coma.
a 3 in the comment section if you have pulled the plug on an individual in your family that's brain dead. You're saying all of the people typing 3 in the comment section should go to prison?
No, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said
well,
if
you just
there's
said that's
a
murder.
chance.
You just said that's murder.
No, you asked me a very, very straightforward, direct yes or no question, when in reality it's a much more complex question.
It's
right?
not.
You dumbed it down. Here's the thing,
in order
right?
to speak to it,
If
in
you are
order to
willing
speak
to
with you, I
pull
have
the
to do that,
plug,
yeah.
if you are willing to pull the plug, there has to be a reason why, right? Is it a financial burden? Is it because they have no chance of coming out of the coma? Is there severe brain trauma in which they can never ever
brain
recover?
death. Listen, brain death, because apparently you don't know what brain death is, means it's irreversible. They will never have subjective experience again. So what you're not understanding is if you're going to say that personhood ends at the end of sentience, well then why wouldn't personhood begin at the beginning of sentience?
Because personhood far proceeds that of sentience.
Okay, so then why doesn't it proceed after someone's sentience is gone? Forever.
So that has to do with potential of life, right? So
Wait,
think
but they're
about
already
this.
living. It's not about potential of life. It's they're already
Think about
cellularly
this.
alive.
Think about this, right? If you had to pull the plug on one, right? A child that's yet to be born, or say like a 90-year-old that has experienced brain death, which would you feel like way more uncomfortable with in terms of your human nature with pulling the plug? Which one?
Wait, you didn't tell me are they sentient? I'm confused. Tell me.
No,
are
neither
both
one are
sentient?
sentient. Neither one are sentient by your definition.
So are you saying that should we keep?
I said a 90-year-old
that's not
who's experienced
that's
brain death.
Okay, they're brain
yes,
dead.
who's brain dead, right? And an unborn child.
And they are sentient or they are not sentient?
An unborn child.
I'm
Their
just
brain
trying
is
to
their
clarify
brain
with
is
you.
working in capacities that ours don't, but it is still working. But there's
So
no
they
sentience.
do have a subject, so no sentience.
No
so it's not
sentience.
working.
But you see how one is distinctly different from the other?
Okay, so in this context, right? Again, it would be up to the families in both scenarios.
No, I'm asking you directly.
Like, do I have a distinction, the value that I place upon them? No.
No. So which one?
I just told you. I said I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent, really? Why are you indifferent? Because one has much more potential of life than the other. Why do you fail to see that?
But that's up to the pregnant individual on whether or not they want to continue a pregnancy.
Well, I mean, is it only up to them?
Yeah, under my
What about the father?
The father does not get a say. It's not their body.
Well, it's not the mother's body either.
It is.
100% it's not.
It is, because we're talking about personhood, right? It doesn't have personhood if it's not sentient.
It's a body inside of another body.
But it's not a person. There's only one person here.
We've
There's only one
lost our
person
sense
there.
of motherhood as a child, or not as a child. We've lost our sense of motherhood as a country, right? Where we literally murder the unborn and call it freedom, Parker. That's disturbing.
Well, you can cry about it all you'd like to, but if it's not sentient, people should be able to get access to an abortion.
No one's crying here.
You're willing.
No one's crying.
It sounds like you're about to. But if you want to reference abortion access, I do think people should be able to get access to that abortion. I think that's really important, and it restricts their rights if they're not able to. I would care more about the violation of a person's right to have the autonomy over their own body than I would care about the non-sentient embryo. I don't give a shit about, honestly.
No, listen, dude. First of all, no one's crying, right? And I think a better question to be asking is not whether you're pro or anti-abortion. We should be understanding why it's happening. Why are women getting elective abortions at 95 to 99%? Elective, right? Why is that happening?
95 to 99. Where would you get the 95%?
Just use Google. You're on the computer right now.
Well, do you mean 95% of abortions are elective abortions?
Yes.
That would depend on your definition of elective.
In so much that it's not medically necessary.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you think that if someone has a possible chance of dying if they're pregnant, that they should be allowed to get access to an abortion?
I think it should highly be considered. I believe that putting the mother's
To clarify, should they have the legal right to get access to an abortion if it's possible that they could die from the pregnancy?
Yeah, their doctor should help them make that confirmation.
So they should be able to, yes?
If it directly puts the mother's physical well-being,
yeah, if it's possible that she dies, should she be able to get access to the abortion?
It should highly be considered, yes.
So there should be legal right to get access to the abortion if it's possible that she dies, correct?
I would agree.
Well, every pregnancy there's a possible chance of death, so every pregnancy they should be able to get access to an abortion. Nice concession, I appreciate it. Thank you. You're pro-choice now.
That's not a concession, like,
that is
at
a concession.
all.
That is totally
That's
a concession.
not a concession.
It is possible in any pregnancy for someone to die, so they should be able to get access to an abortion.
Yes, by like a very marginal percent. I'm
but
saying
it's possible.
If there's a real,
but it's possible, right?
If there's a real,
and you say marginal,
chance, like say for example, a mother has like a predisposition, right, in which that she cannot carry a baby to term. Right, her doctors. She should have medical advice with her doctors.
Well, no, you just said if it's possible that she could die from the pregnancy, she should be able to get access to an abortion. Well, any pregnancy,
if there's like a real chance, like
yeah,
I was talking,
there's a real chance for any pregnancy.
10 to 15%.
There's a real chance for any pregnancy.
Modern medical technology, it has completely dwindled that percentage.
I don't know what you mean by dwindled. So at what percentage, right, would you then say?
Well, there's a reason we don't use fucking chainsaws anymore, dude. There's a reasons why we don't have to go towards like, you know, there's a reason that C-section is kind of like
you don't think people use chainsaws? Chainsaws for what?
Well, the whole idea that, you know, the reason the chainsaw was made was to deliver like C-section.
No, what?
Yeah, this is like I'm surprised you don't understand.
I actually didn't know that. Do you have a source for that so I can clarify that? I've never heard
go
of
ahead,
that before.
Google is free. Perhaps there's other things you don't know as well.
Okay. Well, where in the pregnancy where in the human body does a pregnancy occur?
Dude, I'm not here to answer like
Can you answer the question?
Terminology questions.
Where in the human body does pregnancy occur?
Uterus.
Okay. Where in the human body does conception occur?
I'm not here to answer a bunch of your like basic
you can't
like
answer
medical
the question,
questions.
Right?
No, I can, but I'm here to engage
So then what's
with
the
what
answer?
matters.
What's
with
the answer?
what matters.
What's the answer?
Dude.
He has to look it up.
Do you understand like how dense you're being?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know the answer. You could just say the answer.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him a question. He doesn't want to answer, and he wants to engage with the topic. He doesn't know.
I just looked it up. Apparently, that's a myth that it was created.
It's a troll. You're trolling, dude.
One, it was a myth that was created for abortions. It was not invented for abortions. That there's no evidence for that. Secondly, you can't tell me where fertilization occurs in the human body. You have no clue.
The fallopian tube, like
you just looked it up.
No, I'm okay, dude. Why do you think abortion is so morally permissible from a philosophical standpoint, not from one in which that you were talking about medical terminology?
Why do I think abortion is okay? Because it's non-sentient.
But do you see how it's a problem that you have you have absolutely no moral value towards what would be a human being, a child, let alone a mother's kid?
Do you care about sperm cells?
I care about the fusion, man, the fertilization.
Why?
Because that's how kids are made. An egg alone doesn't do anything.
No, thank you for telling
Sperm
me that.
alone doesn't
But
do
I don't.
anything.
If we had if you have a petri dish with a zygote, there's fertilization that's occurred. If it stays in that petri dish, nothing will happen. If I slap that petri dish and I kill the zygote, should I go to prison?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? If I slap the zygote, I remember under your view, right? I literally just killed a person under your view because life begins at conception.
I think there would be some ethical concern.
What's the ethical concern with me slapping the zygote?
Well, okay. I think the whole idea of like, I tried to bring it up earlier, but you were kind of dismissive. I think the idea of like abortion is not really so much should you be anti or pro-abortion. We should understand why these women want to get abortions in the first place. Is it a financial burden? Is it like an emotional burden? Are they not old enough? Like, I really feel like it's like a deep misunderstanding, at least from the pro-life side.
If I slap the zygote, why is that not murder?
Again, right? You're being dismissive, trying to pivot.
You're the one who just pivoted when I asked you that question. So answer my question. How am I being
No,
dismissive
you pivoted
by asking you a
originally when
question?
I made that. You pivoted originally when I made the contention.
Would you like to answer my
You
question?
kept asking me medical-based terminology questions, and now you're asking about a petri dish. You have like rehearsed lines. You have rehearsed lines.
This is like saying in chess that you knew what moves to do in chess. No shit.
I could
in a
beat
debate,
you blindfold.
of course I know what
I could
arguments.
literally beat you blindfold.
Because a blindfold doesn't limit your ability to argue. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying I could beat you in chess blindfold, like literally.
That's stupid.
Well, you're the one who just gave the chess analogy. Why is it so stupid?
You wouldn't be able to beat me in chess with a blindfold.
Blindfold, yes, I would. Have you ever even played chess, like in your life? Do you even know what the USCF is? Do you know what FIDE is? Do you know any grandmaster?
And he said I was pivoting. I was literally just using.
No, you're
it
the one
as
who gave the chess analogy.
That doesn't mean that we have to talk about chess now, right? Like you understand that it was
I'm
just
just
an
saying.
analogy. It was just a comparison.
Yeah, and what was that comparison?
It was to show you that just because someone knows a move or what move to do in the context of
Yes.
chess, that
Certain
doesn't
line,
mean
perhaps.
that was like bad or anything. So I'm comparing that to debates because in the context of debates, it's kind of like chess within the respect that you have different arguments that you know
Yes.
to specifically argue, and based upon what they argue, you give a different response based upon
Only based on what you're most comfortable with.
that. Yeah, so I debate based upon things that I know.
And
Wow.
objectivity.
Wow. Oh my god, Parker debates things that he knows. Oh my
Yes,
god.
but like, do you not see how it's like repetitive?
Can you answer my question? You think it's repetitive. I don't.
What is
give
the
a fuck.
question?
Do you think it's murder to
We
pull
know
the-
you don't give a fuck.
Do you think it's murder to slap a zygote? For me to slap the zygote, do you think that's murder?
I think there's high ethical concern.
That is? Like, should I go to prison for doing that?
I mean, I think you should question yourself why you just slapped a zygote.
Yeah, for YouTube and TikTok content. Because I want to rage bait you fuckers.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to slap any zygote. It seems a little
I just told you,
strange.
rage bait.
Rage bait?
Yeah. If I slap a zygote for rage bait, should I go to prison for murder?
I don't know. I think you've been coerced, to be honest, or propagandized.
Coerced by who?
Like actually, like by the DNC itself.
Coerced by the DNC. How was I coerced by the DNC?
Because you don't hold any moral value towards that of unborn children.
You mean a
That's
zygote?
concerning.
I do too, unborn
No,
children.
I'm
but
not
to-
necessarily talking about a zygote.
I don't consider a zygote a child. And also, the DNC is propagandizing Parker get a job because he doesn't have value for zygotes. He doesn't think it's murder to slap a
Yeah,
zygote.
like actually, like unironically, you're laughing about it, but it's true.
So how is it? Do you think it's murder then to slap a zygote for rage bait?
I don't think we should hold it in the same context as murder as
Why?
you and
But
me.
it's a cellular human life. There's been fusion, buddy.
If
There's been
someone were to
fusion.
go out-
I think that you've been propagandized by the DNC now. Actually, you've been propagandized
Listen-
and brainwashed
listen,
by
Parker,
the DNC because
listen,
you don't have any
Parker.
value for these unborn children. Okay, these are unborn children that you're not putting any value on. What happened to your
You're
humanity?
doing a great Trump impression, by the way.
No,
You should
I'm
try and
not.
act
I'm
a little
sick.
bit more like him.
Would you like to
Listen-
answer
listen,
the question?
Will.
Would you like to address
Denial-
what I'm saying?
Yes, I just did it. I'm trying to address it. if someone were to go out and murder someone, right? I think that would have higher legal repercussion in so much as like slapping a zygote.
Okay, so why? Because there's fusion that's already occurred under your view, so therefore it's murder, right? And
Well,
if it's murder,
again, it's in a petri dish outside of of what would carry that zygote through the stages and to term.
wait, repeat that. Sorry.
Okay, so there's a difference between having a zygote, like say for example in a petri dish, right? Then going through the process of childhood or like birthhood. I mean,
What is that? So you're saying prior to birth, it's not valuable.
prior to birth, it's not valuable. That's not at all what I said. I said one is where you can literally grow what would be a child to an actual human being, just like you and me. And the other one is in a petri dish science like experiments that you're slapping for rage bait in quotes.
But you said that it's valuable after the point of conception, right?
Yes, I do think there's some that I do. Yes, I do think there is value after conception.
Okay. So if you're saying the value happens after conception, well then me slapping the zygote, that's murder under your view, right? And therefore I should go to prison, right?
I would be deeply alarmed. In so much that you're doing it for rage bait for TikTok and YouTube, especially.
Okay. So so is it murder? Yes or no? Yes?
Why, okay, you're giving me a false dichotomy. You're just saying, is it murder?
Asking
is it not?
if it's murder is not a false dichotomy, you dumbass.
No, you're giving me limited options.
Giving you limited options is not a false dichotomy. That is the dumbest
Okay, well,
thing I've ever heard.
Let me ask you this.
I'm asking if you think it's murder or not. That's not a false dichotomy.
Let me ask you this, right? So really, you just hold no moral value pre-birth. It's even hard.
I mean, you don't care about the zygote I just slapped. Fucking slap
No,
that
obviously
shit.
I care. Obviously,
So it's
I
murder.
care.
So I should go to prison for slapping the zygote.
You should be like reprimanded. Like,
Oh, I should be reprimanded. Reprimand the zygote slayer.
Yes,
Parker, get a
yes,
job. Reprimand that
yes.
motherfucker. So I should go to prison for the rest of my life for
Yes.
slapping a zygote.
No, you should not go to prison for the rest of your life, but you should like hold some sort of consequence.
So the same as murder.
In so much that you don't understand, like what you're
So
doing.
I should
from,
go
like,
to
a moral
I
perspective.
should go to prison for murder under your view, right?
Of course, you should go to prison for murder.
Of course, I should go to prison for murder. So do you think that people involved in the IVF process should go to prison because they discard many zygotes and embryos as a part of the process? Per patient, like around 6+?
It's more complex than yes or no because they're doing it
It is. It
outside
is not.
of the mother body of an
So
able
was
body.
mine. So was mine. I slapped the zygote outside of anyone's body.
Yeah, but you're doing it like maliciously. They're doing it. So they're doing it like. Do you think they're doing it of like malicious
So if I
intent?
didn't do so maliciously,
You did it to rage bait, man.
Wait, that's not malicious.
That is malicious. What are you talking
No, it's not. That's not malicious.
Why is
that
it
was
not?
Because that was for fun.
Oh my god.
I don't consider it bad. So if there's no bad intention, how could you say it's malicious?
Oh, I don't consider picking up a GUN and like shooting it at something is bad. Therefore, it can't be malicious. It's just funny. Like it doesn't make any sense, dude.
You understand that picking up a gun and shooting someone, that is malicious because
No, I
you
said
understand that
something,
you
not
have value
someone.
in people.
I said
right?
something.
I don't think that I would view this. Wait, what do you think is malicious? What does malicious mean?
Doing it with bad intent.
Okay, so if I didn't have bad intent,
Intending
you're okay?
to like do something like harmful to something else or someone else.
So if I didn't have an intention to do harm and I just had an intention specifically to have fun, then it wouldn't be murder under your view because it wasn't malicious.
Objectively, it's malicious. You can look at it and call it whatever you want.
So then what does malicious mean? If I didn't have a bad intention in this context, then what does malicious mean?
Well, when you say if I were to take a zygote in a petri dish and just slap it down and just like have it cease to exist, right? For the context of rage bait, right? You are trying to get under someone's skin and make them like inflammatory towards you. That is malicious in and of itself.
Okay, so you could just say rage bait's malicious. Okay, so then let's say it's not rage bait. Let's say it's just for fun, because I genuinely find fun out of this.
Well, then I would ask that you like check yourself into like a mental hospital.
What? No, can you answer the question? Like, would it be murder?
You're so fixated on the murder. Is it murder? Is this murder? Is that murder? Yes or no? Right? It's much more deeper than just like murder in and of itself. Like,
I don't even know what that means.
From a philosophical like viewpoints, or even like a moral viewpoints, right? Why are you so fixated on the murder?
Because you brought
Why do you
up
not just hold
abortion.
value?
You said abortion.
Why do you not
murder.
just hold value towards something that could be a child? In so much that they've already fused, right? In so much that they're already going through like the three stages. Like why do you have like no subjective like moral value towards that of an unborn child? It's concerning.
Again, when it's sentient, I do.
Like, you haven't talked about the woman. You haven't even talked about the possible outcomes, the possible like emotional grief that they might be going through. You haven't talked about underage.
We did. Earlier I talked about the fact that I brought up the fact that there's a likelihood of death, right? Specifically in relation to pregnancies, and I got you to concede on that. I got you to concede on that, but then you pivoted and backtracked because you realized that what you then concluded would actually indicate that you'd be pro-choice.
All pregnancies have a chance to go horribly wrong. That is objective. That is objective fact.
Exactly. That's my point.
You were being misleading in the sense that
I wasn't being misleading at all. I said if it was possible that someone could die from a pregnancy, should they be able to get access to the abortion, right? And you said yes.
In so much that it's like a real chance.
You said you said possibility. That is a real chance.
Okay, yeah. So say for example, a woman, right, who gets pregnant and is about to have a child. There's a 0.0000001% chance.
Where are you getting this maternal mortality rate from?
No. I'm just giving you a hypothetical, right? You said as long as there's
maternal mortality is increasing since Roe versus Wade has been overturned.
I'm giving a hypothetical.
Okay.
Right. If you say, right, that there's a chance of unalivement, therefore there should always be a right to abortion, right?
That's what you were arguing.
And I'm saying, right, hey, if there's a real chance, right, absolutely, they should have the right, to talk to their doctor, to seek medical professional help, right, and make a a highly educated choice, right? But what your question asked is like, is there any chance? Not is there a real chance? Like there could be a 0.0000 infinitesimal amount of zeros and then a 1. Yeah, that's still a chance, right? But in practicality, in like practical sense, right? What does that look like? That's for the doctor to decide, right?
Well, I would say that if we're referencing a maternal mortality rate, if I was just referencing it being possible, right, that someone could die, that's all that means. It's just that it's possible. So, I mean, that's your fault for conceding.
You're asking me in like an objective fact, like is grass green, and I'm in me saying, well, I don't know, like of course, grass is green.
You're just mad that you conceded, and now you're backtracking. It's okay.
You were being misleading with your question in so much that it was a pitfall for you to say, "Aha, gotcha."
Well, I did get you, but I don't think I was being misleading.
It was extremely misleading. I thought you were talking about, like, say, for example, like a 15% chance, like a 30% chance.
I never specified a chance. I just said possible.
Exactly.
I never specified.
Exactly. You didn't specify. You were being general and misleading.
That's not being misleading for not specifying.
It kind of is when you're trying to make a point. Okay.
All I said was that it was possible. I mean, you could have made this point from the very beginning, but you chose not to.
Well, because I didn't realize what you were doing.
Yeah, because you got dunked on. Checkmate.
Yeah, I got dunked on.
Yeah, you got dunked on.
Listen, Parker, I've forgotten things you haven't even learned yet. You have a long road ahead of you. I wish you well, dude. Like, really, I wish you well.
You have forgot things that I have not even learned yet. Like what?
Exactly. I'm glad you can grasp that.
How many branches of government are there?
3: legislative, judicial, executive.
Name the 2 main aspects of the legislative branch.
I can answer your questions.
Wait, hold up. What are the 2 main?
I can answer your questions before you even.
What are the two main aspects of the legislative
Like
branch?
how I answered the Trump, just like how I answered the Trump.
What are the two
before
main?
you asked, you asked the same type of.
I understand you're crashing out. What are the two main aspects of the legislative branch?
Asked the same type of questions.
Crash out. Would you like to answer the question?
I'm not crashing out.
You
I'm
are
just
clearly
saying
crashing out.
You ask it every single question. For every person that comes up here, because you do have trolls, you give them like a little questionnaire. You say, "Oh, what year were you born?" "Oh, that's not enough for me. Let me get the month." "Okay, sure. You gave me the month. Okay. You know what state do you live in?" "Okay, you live in this state. Name 3 cities." "Okay, you name 3 cities. Name 3 more cities." All to just figure out that I voted for Trump. Like, are you serious? Is that how you talk to people? When you go up to people in real life, you need to have like some sort of like decency. And you're crying like a little baby because the shoe fits, man.
No, I'm trying to make fun of you. These are acting like a crybaby. I ask people what their age is to clarify that they're old enough to come onto the stream. I'm like, dude, what are you? You're such a complainer, bro. You complain about having to tell me your age. And I specified specifically where you lived, what state you live in, because you were obsessed with the fucking leader from Canada. That's why. Okay? It made me think that you live in Canada.
I was not obsessed with him. I was trying to show the distinguishable difference between Mark Carney and Donald Trump. Your question right
I don't
up
know
there,
why
right
you
above
would. He's in Canada, not even in the United States.
Well, we're at trade war with them. It's highly relevant.
I
Look
don't think
above
that
your
we
head.
should be
You
at
don't
trade
even
war
want to
with
engage
Canada.
that point because you don't know anything about it. You're limited
I
in
do.
your scope of knowledge.
I just didn't know that one leader. Now, if you want to reference, if you
Well,
want
then
to
why do
reference
you ask
the
who he
trade war,
was? Why?
I don't think that we need to be.
Yeah,
I don't
why
think
didn't you?
that,
Why didn't you even?
I don't think that we should be at trade war with Canada. We're also at trade war with a bunch of different countries around the world. Do you want me to? Do you know every single leader of every country that
Someone's
we're at?
reading off of a separate.
I'm not reading anything. Do you know every single country?
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
This is where my TikTok is. I'm not gonna look at the camera the whole time. What the fuck?
Because you're literally reading off some sort of script
Appreciate
that you
the
have
galaxy.
about Canada's trade war.
I'm not reading any script. I'm literally looking at myself.
Then why
and
didn't you engage with this the first time? Because
Can I-
you knew nothing.
Can I speak? So if you want to talk about the trade wars, again, can you name every single person who is leading a country in which we are at a trade war with?
Every single one. No, probably not.
Okay, so then why would I have to know the leader? This is
'cause they're-
dishonest. Why would I have to know the leader of Canada just because we're at a trade war with them, but you
they're
don't
like
have to know
one
the
of-
leaders of all the different countries that we're at trade wars with?
They're one of our top 3 allies in so much that they're like literally we have like the safest.
So we shouldn't be at
border
a trade war with one of our top allies. I have a question. Who's the leader of China?
No, that's why it's concerning. That's why it's relevant.
Who is the leader of China?
Xi Jinping. That's
Okay,
why I
I'm just
literally
thinking.
asked. That's why I literally asked. Right? You know.
Who's the leader of
Mark
Mexico?
Carney.
Who's the leader of Mexico?
I don't know that woman. I forget her name.
Okay, so then you literally just got dunked on. Because
No,
that's
I
one of
forget
our
her
close
name.
allies. That's one of our close allies. Yet you don't know, and we're at a trade war with Mexico too. Cooked.
No, well, I was gonna get into like details and specifics, but you cut me off and said, "What does Canada have to do with the U.S.? I don't know anything about Canada. Let's not talk about that." Your
Yeah, I
question
didn't think
right
it's
above your
relevant
head-
to bring up.
Your question right above your head is, "Why do you support Trump?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? That could be for various reasons. I gave you one of the reasons. You weren't willing to engage.
If someone tells me that
Because
they
you do not have the info. You do not have the
if someone
information.
told me that they support Trump because of his spray tan, I would kick them off the stream. Okay? If you give me a dumb reason, I'm gonna not take it
I'm
seriously.
being real and honest and genuine. Those people are not. Those people are trolling you.
Well, I thought you were trolling too because you just kept being focused on Canada.
Why do you think I'm trolling? Is it because you get so many trolls up here? Is it like not a
Yeah.
serious enough tone? Is it like a lack of like?
Hey, I just told you. I get a lot of trolls that come up on my stream, and you were just talking about Canada. That to me give
Yeah,
give
you
off
asked me
troll
what
vibes.
states border
Dude,
Kentucky.
you are so sensitive, dude. It's unbelievable.
Sensitive.
Yeah, you're very sensitive.
You're hosting a debate show. I'm assuming this is like a show, and I give you a reason why I support Trump, and you don't want to talk about that, and you say, "Well, give me another topic. Give me something else. Why else do you support Trump?"
Because I thought you
Again,
would. I thought that wasn't a serious position to bring up.
And I thought that Canada, in so much as our like ally, right, is a serious topic as well.
I mean,
Yet
how do
you
you
refuse to engage.
I will
How
engage.
come?
Make your damn point. Make your damn point. You're such a fucking whiny little baby. Make your point. Jesus
Aw,
Christ.
Parker
Make
got
your,
his fucking-
Make your point.
Parker-
You're such a
Parker's
whiny little baby.
crashing
Make your
out.
point. I'm not
Parker's
crashing out for
crashing
saying
out.
you're a whiny baby. Go ahead. Make your point.
You are, dude.
Make
Your
your
question
point. Stop
above you is,
complaining.
why do you
Stop
support
complaining
Trump?
and crying. Make your point.
Well, because because okay, listen, Mark Carney is a rat bastard, right? The guy literally took Canadian jobs, right, in the form of his own company. Go ahead and look it up. We know you're typing, and he took them and sent them to the New York City, right? And he took them and sent them to New York City, and they switched headquarters. Right? Why did they switch headquarters? Why was he so willing to take jobs away from Canadians in so much as moving their headquarters to New York City? How come he lied about the 574 different stocks that he owns when he said, and I quote, right, that I just own cash and real estate, right? And why? And you've probably heard about this because he probably talked about it before, like a month ago. Why did he miscategorize what Reagan said when he was talking about the tariffs? I mean, there's so many things that essentially, Mark Carney, right? He's a financial manipulator, dude. He's in it for the dollar, as most people are, but he is glaringly more obvious, right, than say, for example, like a U.S. senator who's not receiving money from APAC.
Okay, this is
And
why
you can also talk about his climate policies. Like why did he like emphasize the threat of climate change, then all of a sudden turn around hypocritically and then support the use of fossil fuels? Why?
This is why I said that this has no relevance, because you just started bringing up things that I literally are irrelevant to American politics, like genuinely, like him sending Canadian jobs to New York City. If that's true, wouldn't you like that as an American? Two.
Oh yeah,
right,
I love it.
if he
I love
lies
it.
and
I'm all for
if he
it.
lies it, listen.
I'm all for it.
I understand. You're
actually.
crash. Can you let me speak, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if you're all for that, I don't know why you'd bring that up as like a point you're having an issue with. Secondly, if you're talking about the lies of the stocks that were like quote unquote miscategorized, has nothing to do with American politics. His climate policies have nothing to do with American politics. Genuinely.
It goes to show that he's a
genuinely has nothing to do with American politics. This is why, because this is irrelevant. None of these even relate to how the U.S. is going to respond. It just literally is things that you disagree with his positions on. And we can go through those. Like the one you brought up in terms of fossil fuels, that's likely because of the fact that he's saying that we want to transition in the long run, not that he specifically wants to just completely get off of it right now. But again, this is a whole point we don't even need to debate with, because it has nothing to do with the topic. This has nothing to do with your support for Trump.
You asked me, why do I support Trump? He's anti-Mark Carney. I'm also anti-Mark Carney.
Okay. What has he said that's anti-Mark Carney?
Okay, well, did you even listen to like when he went up there and had the meeting and he acted like so sarcastic? He went up there and said, "Oh yeah, I love Mark Carney." Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. The guy fucking could give a rat's ass about Mark Carney.
So what did Trump say that you think is bad about Mark Carney?
What did Trump say that I think is bad about Mark Carney? Well, think about it, right? They're political like opposition in terms of our
so nothing.
So
nothing.
What do you mean nothing? What do you mean nothing?
So Trump didn't say anything about them. You're just randomly bringing this up.
No, what?
So what did Trump say about Mark Carney? Do you even know?
There's political tension via trade war. I mean, like
that existed prior. Even when Mark Carney wasn't in office, that still existed. This is embarrassing. This is really embarrassing for you.
Okay, dude. You have to understand, right? That Mark Carney does not have his own country in their best interests.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Fact.
Why are you telling me this?
Because it's one of the reasons I support Trump.
We're not. This has nothing to do with supporting Trump. This is literally Canada.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
Wait, this is like some random Canadian politician. You're like, because this Canadian politician, I don't like him, I support Trump. It has nothing to do with this. Trump hasn't even talked about it. You couldn't even tell me. You couldn't even tell me anything to do with Trump specifically supporting it or being against this guy.
A lot of people are saying that I'm the best.
Quite frankly, you're making irrelevant points. Why are we even talking about this? This is the point I was making. Why did I not engage with this? Because I just proved right now it's irrelevant. Okay? This has nothing to do with the topic we're talking about. This is no reason to support Trump. You can't even mention anything he said that is in support of Trump. This is why I thought you were trolling, why I thought you were Canadian. Because you're not actually bringing up any actual debate topics as to why you support.
It's an ideological difference.
Can I ask you a question then?
Can you explain the tariffs we have on Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain the Canadian retaliation in so much of those tariffs? Can you explain the scope? Can you explain the impact in so much that it affects Canadians and Americans? Like, do you understand their national response? Like, do you understand any of it?
Mm-hmm. What's your point with this?
Okay.
Why are you so obsessed with Canada?
Because they're one of our biggest allies, and if we're gonna be at a trade war with one of our biggest allies, what does it say towards like say for example Israel? Why is there so much focus on Israel? Like if us as a country, right? I'm not all for tariffs actually, in so much that I believe they're a regressive tax. I just think the gap between America and everyone else in terms of economy is so large. We have the maneuverability, right? We have the options, right, to do what we want in so much of like a tax, right? But I think by and large, putting tariffs on like allied countries, in so much as like one of our closest allies in Canada, is like highly problematic.
So all you're telling me is things that you disagree with Trump's policy. So why are you bringing this up when you literally disagree with Trump's policy?
Because I want to find resolution.
And placing tariffs on Canada.
Yeah, I want to find resolution.
Wait, if you disagree with Trump's policy in terms of putting tariffs on Canada, then why would you say you
I agree
support
with his
Trump
policy.
because of his response to Canada?
Because we've been getting screwed over for so long. Why do you think every other country has literally had like a tariff on us since like the dawn of time, but we've done nothing? It's because Trump's the only person who is like business savvy and came in and realized.
What tariffs did Canada have?
Can I finish, please? Can I finish, please?
No. What tariffs did Canada have on the United States prior to us imposing tariffs on them?
It's like the running Family Guy joke. It's like the donkey, and you ask him like, oh, did Bacon play in Footloose? And the donkey goes, no. Like,
what tariffs did we place, or did Canada place on us prior to us placing tariffs on them? Answer that question, please. Unmute your mic and answer the question. It's not difficult. I asked you a very specific question, and you are not even trying to engage with it.
Because you're laughable, dude. Why should I take anyone's like opinion serious if they don't even like hold?
I didn't bring up my opinion. Answer
like an unborn child. You're unserious. You're not.
You're just pivoting. You're scared to actually answer the question. Name one tariff that we had on that Canada had on us prior to us putting tariffs on them.
I don't know. I just feel like you're unserious.
Okay. So you don't know a single tariff they had on us prior to us putting tariffs on them. So how are they ripping us off?
Okay. Well, what I said prior was most of the countries that we do business with were putting tariffs on us.
I'm asking you, Canada. How
right?
was Canada?
Not so much.
How
as, like,
was Canada ripping us off?
exclusively.
How was Canada ripping us off? That's what you said. I'm just trying to make sure that we can clarify. How was Canada ripping us off? Do you even know?
No, I'm not sure if there even is one.
So, oh my God, we have to respond to them ripping us off, but I don't even know how they were ripping us off.
No, I'm talking about. I was talking about
You're embarrassing yourself, man. You're embarrassing yourself.
The whole of all the countries, not
You're
just.
You're embarrassing yourself, Parker. You don't want to talk about Canada because you don't even know about it. Proceeds to not know a single thing that they were doing to rip us off. You're embarrassing.
Okay, what were they doing to rip us off?
I'm asking you. I don't think they were.
Yeah, okay. When I made that statement, I'm talking about a collective whole, right? Not just the retaliatory tariffs, right? I'm talking about Donald Trump coming into office and saying, hey, all of a sudden, we have all of these countries placing tariffs on us, and so trying to undermine our own economy, right? If we ship products out to that country, we're getting fucked because the consumer over in that country is going to want to do business elsewhere, right? Because it's cheaper for them, right?
Okay,
I'm saying as a general statement, I am saying, right, that our allies and other countries that we do business with, right, are ripping us off. And how come Trump was the only one to
Can you name a single tariff that another country had on the United States prior to the United States putting tariffs on them under Trump's term? Name a single tariff that existed prior.
You're talking about pre-Trump.
Yeah, pre-Trump. Name a single tariff pre-Trump from another country on us, right, that was quote unquote ripping us off.
Yeah, like what was it? I watched. So you know about the EU trade deal, right? That happened like a few months ago.
Yeah, that would be under Trump's administration.
Yeah, but it got shifted, right? They had a 10%. What was it? They had a 10%
I'm saying pre-Trump.
tariff.
Name
Yeah,
a single tariff
I know
pre-Trump.
pre-Trump. I know pre-Trump. It was pre-Trump.
Okay, so
They had
then
a
tell me, what
10%.
country was it? What country had the 10% tariff?
The collective EU.
The collective EU had a 10% tariff on us?
For our auto for US, what was it? US. I'm trying to think about what it was. It was US car manufacturers that are US based, and again that 10% got lowered to 2.5 via the EU trade.
All right. Which one
In
are you
so much
referencing?
as like raising the demands for our Ford products, our GM
So
products.
approximately 10% on cars.
US manufactured. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was. This was like months ago. I'm just trying to quick recall.
So this doesn't just apply to the United States, it applies to all non-EU countries. Okay. That's one.
Well, that doesn't
Two,
doesn't
these
mean
are
anything.
not special tariffs targeting the US. Two, if you're referencing on cars, again, cars going into their country, us being it's not even us paying this. It's them paying it, right? Not us. Right? So I don't understand this whole argument. And how would that be unfair to us?
Okay, do you know why a tariff undermines the economy in which it's put upon?
Yeah, I bet I know more about tariffs than you.
Okay, right? So you understand how that could be detrimental to one's own economy.
I don't think it would mean that it's quote unquote unfair or a reason for us to place, universal tariffs on them. If you want to do tariffs on them on cars to do a retaliatory tariff, the same level reciprocal that they did on us, that's fine if you want to negotiate based on that, but that's not what Trump's doing here.
No, we actually Trump literally went over there well, actually she came to us, and that 10% got dropped to 2.5%. Also, creating more jobs, creating more potential jobs for the U.S. in terms of like GM, Ford. The job market should go up in that respect. But the whole idea that if all non-EU countries, they have a 10% tariff, like, okay, like who cares?
Wait,
like it's still a 10% tariff on us.
Wait, where'd you see that it went to 2%?
Think about coffee.
Wait, where'd you
Think about coffee.
Where'd you see that it went to 2%?
10 to 2.5%. It's not 2%. Think about coffee, for example, right?
Wait,
Where's the
where did you
biggest?
see that? I just want to clarify.
I think it was a BBC article. I might be wrong.
And by the way, I'd have to see the title, but if we pose a tariff on them, doesn't that reduce the level of trade and make it unfair?
If we propose a tariff on them, right, does it reduce trade? So, generally speaking,
yes.
Generally speaking, yes, but not necessarily, right? Say for example,
we put a 15% tariff on 70% of the EU's exports.
No, I'm thinking about coffee as an example, right? Think about like West Africa and like Venezuela. Say, for example, a product only comes from one specific part in the world, right? People, the elasticity when it comes to this product is like they're gonna buy it whether it's fucking $15, whether it's $5, because like these liberal like Cali girls just love their Starbucks. You know what I mean? Like there's certain products that only come from one spot in the world. So will it drop trade? Not necessarily.
Yes, it
especially
does.
For a product.
When a tariff is imposed,
especially for a product that's not elastic.
Hey, when a tariff is imposed, it does reduce the level of trade. It does.
Generally speaking, yes.
You're saying if it's inelastic, it won't change the level of demand much? Well, it will if there are substitutes. That's what you're not understanding.
Well, what substitutes are there for coffee?
The substitutes are if you're referencing coffee, then no. But we were talking about the 15% tariff on 70% of EU exports.
Well, no, I'm talking about tariffs in general, right? Like, and
why are you pivoting
coffee,
instead of addressing the point that I was making?
It's not. I'm not pivoting. We're talking about tariffs.
I understand, but I was specifically talking about a particular tariff on the EU. We were talking about that, and then instead of deciding to address that or talk about that, you decided to bring up something completely irrelevant.
No, it's not. It's not irrelevant. It was conceptually relevant to my point. If a product only comes from one spot in the world, right, then you can only get it from that one spot in the world. So the demand is still going to be there.
So it would just cause the price to go up in cost if you're just talking about that one product. I don't know why you just decided to bring that up instead of addressing the points that I was bringing up.
What were you saying?
Again, I was specifically talking about the fact that we've imposed a greater tariff on the EU, meaning that it's going to reduce the level of trade that we have with the EU because it increases the cost of trade.
Yes, via. I guess. Can you give me the tariff itself?
What percentage tariff? I told you 15%.
Yeah. For what product or what sector?
Yeah, so it's 15% and it applies to things like pharmaceuticals, cars.
Pharmaceuticals, cars.
Hold up, what else? Give me 1 second. I just had it and I clicked out of it. I apologize.
It's okay, no worries.
I don't see it right now. I gave you a few already.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, it was cars, and what was the first one?
Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals. Okay, so where do most pharmaceuticals get produced, generally speaking, in the world?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's relevant, right? The product and where it's made is relevant.
I'm not quite sure where it's the biggest country of producing pharmaceutical goods.
Okay, well, quick Google search. Where are most?
Why is this your question? Could you answer the question or answer my point? What's the point of bringing that up?
My guess, right, is that it would be much more expensive for the EU to get their pharmaceuticals from places like China, like India, right, in so much putting more strain on their economy than getting it from the US in which they would get it originally. And that's probably also the same with the cars.
No, I'm talking about what the U.S. has put on them. So our consumers will be
Exactly.
Yeah, that still reduces the supply of pharmaceuticals, which increases the cost.
Yeah, so it puts more strain on their economy.
It puts more strain on our economy because
yes, that's true. It puts strain on both of the economies.
Yeah, which is not.
But our economy is much bigger and much more able to withstand that hit than, say, for example, specific countries in the EU.
There's no reason to impose this tariff. That makes it worse for Americans.
It actually, if you look at the totality of harm, it makes it worse for the individual countries in the EU. It's like a form of strong arming, right? So, say for example,
No,
Spain,
it makes it worse for people who need pharmaceuticals in this country, and now it's no more expensive. So
think about it like this: the harm in Spain is say for example on a scale of 1 to 10 might be like a 7, but here in the US it's just like a 3. It's going to hurt their country way more than it's going to hurt us because we are able to take that impact, right? Because our economy is so huge.
What's the point of doing that
so
to our
big,
allies?
We have
Why
the
would you
global
want
standard.
Why would you want to hurt your allies?
Okay, we don't necessarily want to hurt our global allies. We want them to recognize. We want them to recognize, right, that they have an imposed tariff on us.
Which they decreased under your view. You just said that they already decreased it.
They have to decrease it.
They already have decreased it.
Yes, and my guess is that we're going to drop our tariffs as well. That's my projection.
No, that's never happened. That's not happening. There's no plan.
It will happen. It will happen.
Okay, well, you let me know.
We have no reason to impose tariffs.
Find a single media source that indicates that the U.S. is going to get rid of their tariffs because Trump claims that it's going to increase domestic production. I have a few people to thank in the meantime. Paige, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Benjamin with the $2. Thank you so much. And for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Brittany, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much, Brittany. Rachel with the $2. Thank you. Tessa with the $5. I really appreciate it. Kelly, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jennifer with the $100 on Venmo. Give me some W's for Jennifer in the comment section. Holy shit, Jennifer. I didn't even see this till now. Thank you so much for the $100. And Kelly with the $25. Thank you so much. Katie with the $1 for the DNC coercion. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kathy with the $50 on PayPal. Can we get some W's for Kathy in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Kathy. W's for Kathy in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Sharika, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will feel better soon. Gladys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $25. Thank you so much, Gladys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Brittany, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for all the kind words. Amy Lee, thank you so much for the $1.75. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alongside, I have a few people to thank on YouTube real quick. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Stormfather, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Steph, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Barbara, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cornell, thank you for the $5. Vintage for the $5. Troll with the $2. Pazzo, thank you for the $5. Noel with the $5. Troll, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mary, thank you for the $2. Smoke'em, thank you for the $5. Max with the $5 as well. Pazzo, thank you for the 5. OG K-Pop Stan, thank you so much for the $10. Mary with the 5. Skin, thank you for the 10. Felonious, thank you for the 5. I really appreciate it. In December, thank you for the 5. Deborah, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $2. Thank you. I definitely will. Patty, thank you for the $5. And Paisley, thank you so much. The $14. Thank you so much. Cohen, thank you for the £2. Thank you. Deja, thank you for the $11.11. Thank you so much, Deja. I really appreciate it on PayPal. Thank you. Sue with the $10. Thank you. Michelle with the 2. Darcel, thank you for the 5. Thank you, thank you. I think I'm fully caught up. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people.
So
Already.
the whole idea and the purpose behind why Trump is doing what he's doing in terms of tariffs is in so much that they're reciprocal, right? They do something to us, we do something to them.
What does reciprocal
If they do
mean?
not, if they do not do something to us, we do not do anything to them.
What does reciprocal mean? It means we place
What
the
do you
same
mean?
tariff.
To be given done in return. Like, what do you mean?
It means we place
Like
the
to
same-
do something that someone has done to you.
Yeah, so you do the exact same level tariff that they did to you. Trump is doing greater tariffs than what they did to us.
That's why they call it retaliatory.
So it's not reciprocal.
It is, well, it depends on the actual tariff. According to the White House Gov, which, I mean, if we're not including government sources anymore because the liberal institutions have fucking plagued our fucking youth.
What?
Um,
God, dude, I can't even imagine.
the United
Some of this is
States,
stupid.
the United States will be removing 10 percentage points. The current 10% reciprocal tariff will remain in effect until the suspension period. If China does not agree to drop their tariff in
Now
some
we're talking
form
about
or
China.
capacity, well, yeah, that's like they're the biggest listen.
We didn't do
God-
reciprocal tariffs. That's the point I'm making. If you want to do reciprocal
God
tariffs to
crea-
get them to bring down their tariffs, that's totally fair. That's not what Trump's doing. Trump is putting these tariffs in place because he thinks that they're going to increase domestic production.
Yeah, it will. It will in certain contexts, absolutely.
Well, since Trump's got in office, we've seen a decline in real domestic manufacturing investment.
Because it takes time to build these like manufacturing, like buildings, like actual warehouses to increase production. It takes time, takes labor.
But then the investment would have already happened. We're talking about investment, not what has already happened in terms of jobs. We're talking about investment.
Yeah, so you think we
The
put a
level of
tariff on another
investment has not
country?
increased.
You think what are you talking about? Yes, it has. For the Ford GM, yes, absolutely it has. That's the whole idea of dropping the 10% to 2.5% from the EU to the US, the imposed tariff on us. But the bigger point, right, is that literally God created everything. Everything else was made in China, dude. China is the #1 exporter in the fucking world, dude. They literally have everything. So you're asking about why China? It's because they're so important. They are literally so important.
Okay. So I don't have an issue with putting a reciprocal tariff on countries to reduce the tariffs. It's not what Trump's doing now. Trump is not trying to reduce the tariffs by putting a reciprocal tariff on. He's putting tariffs on because he thinks it's going to increase domestic production, which is going to cause consumer products to go up in this country, and it's going to harm you.
Yes, because we have maneuverability. We have options. Our economy is so far ahead of everyone else's that we're able to take a hit. Sometimes in life, you have to take one step back to take 2 steps forward.
Stop. This doesn't help us in any meaningful way. This only harms our country.
Long term, it helps us 100%.
Hey, stop. This does not help us in the long run because of the fact that it will impose a higher cost in the long run. It decreases innovation and competition in the long run, right? And it reduces our relations with countries around the world, especially our allies. It reduces the overall investment they have in our country, reduces real GDP, right? All of these things are worse off. Since Trump's got in office, we've seen an increase in unemployment rate. We've seen multiple months where we've seen decreasing amount of jobs. We've seen an increase in the inflation rate. We've seen a decrease in real GDP growth. All of these things because of Donald Trump's policy that he's imposed. So
Okay,
why would
if what you said is 100% true, right? Everything you just said is 100% true. Why in the fuck is he doing it in the first place? Because it's not. It's literally just not. Flat out, man. And some of the stuff you said is true in the short term, but is not true in the long term.
Okay. It is true in the long run, everything I told you. This idea that it's only true in the short term is not the case. There's no good evidence that in the long run, you're going to see an increase in real GDP growth. You're going to see an increase in overall jobs numbers. You're going to see an increase in any of these
Yes.
things, like
You
a
will.
decrease in inflation.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
all of
Because
these
the demand
things,
will be higher. The demand will be
the
higher.
demand is not made higher by tariffs being imposed. That makes no sense.
No, it is in so much that they drop their tariff rates, like the one we just talked about, the 10% to 2.5%. What happens when they drop that percentage?
Well, this isn't an overall decrease in tariffs because we're imposing greater tariffs on them than they imposed on us in the very first place. Therefore,
Yes, and
overall,
our tariff rate will drop.
your voice is really annoying. Overall, decreasing the level of trade in this country. Like if we impose a greater level of a tariff, that overall decreases the level of trade and investment into our country.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question at all. How is the 10% tariff that the EU imposed on us, right, dropped from 10 to 2.5%? How is that going to affect us and affect our manufacturing in so much as our, U.S. car manufacturers? What's going to happen?
There will be an overall decrease in the level of trade, and it has harmed domestic manufacturing in this country. We've seen a decrease in real domestic manufacturing investment in this country since Trump got in office. Because what it does is it imposes a greater cost of domestic manufacturing in this country, because many of the aspects of the production process come from countries around the world.
There's a higher demand for U.S. cars in the EU in so much that the 10% dropped to the 2.5%. We are going to be seeing GM-made cars, Ford-made like trucks and cars in the EU like within the next 5 years, and it's going to be it's going to be astounding.
But it's still an overall level of decrease of trade because you're not taking into account that there's been an overall increase of the cost of trade. So given that there has been a decrease in tariffs within specific industries, that's not relevant to the overall aspect of the market because this is imposed on practically everything coming from those countries.
Like, do you really think Trump's an idiot?
Yeah.
What you just think he knows nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing at all, and he's just like $7 billion rich just because of like whimsical luck.
Yeah, I mean, he said we should look into disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19. He said that we should utilize nuclear weapons to fight hurricanes. He said windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. He said that if Jesus were the vote counter in California, that he would have won the vote. I mean, this guy's ridiculous.
Okay. Do you think that everything he says should be taken literally 100% one for one?
I don't think everything he says should be taken literally, no.
Okay. So, okay. Exactly. So you should not take those literally one for one. And even if you did, you should fact check them and be diligent about them. Hopefully you get better soon.
You're not helping. To be totally honest, genuinely. Like, I'm not lying, my headaches got worse since you've joined the live. Yeah, so, again, in terms of economic policy, Trump's made our system worse. In terms of his character, he's worse off. In terms of overall policy, he's worse off. And we can go through the specific examples on what. But can I ask you a specific question real quick?
I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. If Donald Trump were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, would you still vote for him?
Okay, this is another written down talking points. So when I voted for Trump for the first time, I did not know the E. Jean Carroll case, like, at all. I was not privy to that info, like, at all. And I definitely would have held an adverse opinion of him, especially in so much that, like, he was held civilly liable for what would be grape, right, if the statute of limitations hadn't applied, right?
Okay, so would you vote for him if he were held civilly liable of sexual abuse?
No.
Okay, so he was held civilly liable of sexual abuse, therefore you wouldn't vote for him, right?
Yeah, but I was not privy of that info, like, at all.
So with the information that you have right now, you are privy of it now. You're saying that if you could go back in time, you wouldn't vote for Trump and instead you'd vote for Harris?
I mean, I would consider it. I wouldn't say I would like outright vote for Harris. I would try and weigh Trump's like pros versus like,
yeah,
his
and doing
cons.
that in your head right now, weighing the pros and cons. Would you still vote for Donald Trump even though he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
I don't know. I would like lean to say no, but like I'd have to think about it more. Like it's not like a question you could ask someone and they instantly answer. It takes thoughts. It takes time.
I think you
It
should
takes
be able to
information.
answer right away. If he were held
Why?
civilly liable of sexually abusing a child, would you vote for him?
Absolutely not. Like, not even close.
So what is the relevant difference between the victim being a child and the victim being an adult? That means in one scenario you can answer it right away, but not in the other one.
Well, okay, because in reality, like a lot of women will like go after like high profile guys, just to try and like bring them down. Like there's been like multiple cases of it. Granted, it is rare, and it's not like and a lot of the times when women make that claim, they're 100% right, like 100%, like you know what I mean.
So there are 26 different people that plus that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. Plus he was held liable for sexual abuse. So this isn't someone just quote unquote trying to go after him. This is people who have been assaulted coming out against Donald Trump, holding him accountable alongside the other victims that have come out. Do you think all of them are lying?
Well, I think those victims were for Epstein exclusively. No.
No, these are Trump. These are
Do you
26
have their
different
names?
women that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct.
Do you have their name? Oh yeah, I do know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. So yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Trump like 100%. Like, I mean, the number is like extremely alarming. But like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past like America.
So in this scenario, you would say that there's enough reason for you to not support him, right?
No, there's reasonable doubt, like 100%. Like, I would like to look into it. I would like to hear their testimony. I would like to hear their,
Okay.
the info.
How about
that
you
they're
go look
willing
into
to
it
give.
right now?
Okay, I mean, okay, I'll go look into it now.
Benjamin, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Benjamin in the comment section right now? Thank you, Benjamin. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Todd, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Benjamin, again with the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Anna, thank you for the $10. And Miriam, thank you for the $100 on PayPal. Can we get some W's from Miriam in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully I will feel better soon. Thank you so much, Miriam. I really appreciate it. Get some W's from Miriam in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that sort of criteria. List on the TikTok screen. For people who are asking when Dean will be live, he should be live around 3:30 my time, so here in about 2 hours. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that.
You're good, don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Fuck Trump.
Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, man.
Do you support Trump?
Sure do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Who do you think?
I'm asking you just to clarify, sir.
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I'm just more of a conservative. I don't like the
Why are
immigration.
you more conservative?
I don't like immigration. I don't like the progressive ideology, all the liberal stuff. I'm not a fan of all those social things that you guys like.
Such as?
Like just pushing feminism and all that stuff.
Okay. What feminism do you disagree with? Because I think feminism is a great thing.
And like the LGBTQ trans stuff, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. What specifically?
I don't see the need to push it out so hard.
Okay. What do you mean by push it out so hard? Okay. What do you mean by...
Like it just seems it's infiltrating everything now. Not maybe infiltrate is the wrong word, but it's like it's in everything. It feels.
Okay. How so?
Maybe not now because the pendulum is swinging back towards the right more. But
how was it in everything?
Just in stores, it was. I mean, the White House had a big flag that Joe Biden.
So a pride flag.
flew.
You have an issue with a pride flag.
Yeah, I'm more of a Christian nationalist type.
Okay, so you think that because there's a pride flag, you disagree with Democrats. What's wrong with the pride flag? All it says is you should accept gay people. That's not pushing it on anyone. That's just saying accept gay people.
Yeah, I just don't think that that's a great thing to do.
You don't think it's good to accept gay
Like,
people?
of course we accept everyone.
You don't think it's
Except
good to
illegal
accept gay
immigrants.
people? So if you accept everyone, well, then you agree with the pride flag.
No, because I think it glorifies it rather than just say, "Hey, accept
What do you mean
them."
by glorifies? Because the flag is just for acceptance.
I think it just little kids see that, and in their brains they want to be unique, you know. So I think that they'll
You
probably
can't
see
choose
that,
to be
and
gay. That's not how it works.
I think that you definitely can have an impact on them to do that.
How so?
I think that if you're a little kid and that's in your face a lot, then you will be more wary of it and just
So if
more
when you were a
curious.
kid, there were a pride flag on the White House, you would have become gay?
If there were adults in my face a lot telling me that it's like a good thing,
That it's okay to be gay.
and
Not that it's a quote-unquote good thing, but that it's okay to be gay. Being straight or being gay is not quote-unquote good in either circumstance. It's indifferent. It's okay to do. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing specifically like saying you quote-unquote should be gay or should be straight, right? And when you say something is good, you're making a claim you should be that way. So that's why I say it's not based on morals, because there's no claim that you should be gay or should be straight. It's indifferent whether you're gay or straight.
okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, I have family over for Thanksgiving, so if I like put myself on mute for like 5 seconds, that's
Okay.
why. I'll tell you when. Well, like I think if you take kids and you put that in their face, you make it into a good light, which because I don't think it is a good thing.
What's
I
wrong
mean, I
with being
think
gay?
that well, hold up. Let me just make this point. I think that if they're before the age that they've reached, like sexual curiosity, like being sexual with people or like having those type of thoughts, they'll go into that thinking that maybe they should try that. And I don't think. I mean, I'm a Christian, so
When I
I
was
don't think
5
that
years
they
old, I
should.
knew that I liked girls. Okay, I was a 5-year-old in kindergarten. I could identify that. People can identify
I
they're
don't know if
gay
you
as
knew
young as
that though.
that. I did
But
know.
I mean, everyone around you tells you that, like it's just it's normative too.
There's no normative claim that you should be gay.
But you didn't have sexual feelings for girls like you do like now.
Wait, so when you talk about like attraction for
hmm
children, it's just that you find someone cute. It's not that you have that type of idea with it. So no one, whether they're gay or straight, is identifying that at 5 years old, right? At 5 years old, it's you find them cute or something. Okay, like when I was a 5-year-old, I found other kids in the class cute who were girls. Okay, so if I can identify at that time, so can someone who's gay. And there are plenty of people who are gay in the comments section that can, and that did.
Would it be wrong to you if I, as a father, which I'm not, but in the future, if I didn't want my son to be?
Yeah, that would be wrong. Because, one,
Why?
they can't choose that. Two, there's no reason why it's wrong to be gay. So the idea that you wouldn't want them to be gay, I think is fucking crazy. I think you're
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
of.
force something on them. You're the one trying to force on them to be straight. You're the one saying that you don't want them to be gay. That's actually you forcing stuff on children and pushing stuff on children, not us saying that we should accept people and that you
Well,
shouldn't be pushing it on children.
it's more than just that, though. It's more like because gay people are more likely to have anxiety, mental disorders, and get STDs and STIs. So, like, and the biggest one is I would want grandchildren.
So, women, do you think they should have sex with other women because women are less likely to have STDs? And
I
if they
don't
have
think that's
sex with
true.
other women, they're less likely to get an STD than if they have sex with other men who have higher likelihoods of having STDs.
I don't think that's true.
It is true, based upon CDC data. So if you
I don't.
given
I
that this
think
is
that
given
lesbians are
this
more
is the
likely.
case, because given this is the case, then why wouldn't you acknowledge the idea that women should engage in sex with other women and they shouldn't engage in sex with you because you're at a higher likelihood of giving them an STD?
I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
Am I supposed to just take you for your word because I've
I
read
told
different?
you the source, the CDC.
And I'm just supposed to take that for.
You can go look it up if you
gospel.
want. You're the one who made the claim first off. I could have said the same thing about you. What's your source?
That what?
That gay people have higher rates of STDs?
NIH.
Okay, so am I supposed to just take that as gospel?
Well, okay. Well, then I guess we're at an impasse.
Do you realize that that's the same reference, and the NIH specifically agrees with me? Okay?
No, I don't think so.
They do. Women are less likely, proportionally speaking, to have STDs. So, under your view, women should engage in sex with other women rather than engaging in sex with men because it will reduce the likelihood that they get an STD.
I've read different, though, Parker.
Okay, well, then you must have incorrectly read it because I've looked at this many times, and I know that this is a fact. I used to argue these things all the time with people who think that being gay is wrong, and the argument essentially boils down to the idea that you have to think that it's preferable for women to engage in sex with other women rather than engaging in sex with men because men have a higher likelihood of getting STDs comparative to women because women are more likely to test, women are more likely to take precaution than men are, and that's a fact.
I guess we differ here because I've read different. You have, but,
okay, well,
but
I'm right,
what is the
and
problem?
You're not.
Well, I don't think so.
I
But
am.
what is the difference? I know you're not.
No, you don't. You want to go look it up right now?
Can you on your computer?
I already have. You're
And bring
not
it up?
going to accept what I said. You look it up. You have to see it yourself.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: if I didn't want them to be gay because they can't reproduce, is that bad?
Yes, because gay people can reproduce. Secondly, you understand that you'd have to then argue that
Well, it's
your
not more
kid,
so that they're
you would have an
infertile.
issue with your kid marrying someone infertile.
No, it's not that.
Wait, but they can't have a
Well,
kid from intercourse.
Well, real quick, let me say, the likelihood of two men doing it is zero, having a kid.
And if someone's infertile, it's zero as well.
Well, yeah, but that would just be something that, is a sad thing to happen. It's not really like 100%
So no.
fact.
So based upon your view, would you say that it would be wrong, or you'd tell your kids not to get married to someone who's infertile because they could instead get married to someone who is fertile?
No, I don't.
But
think
your
that
argument was that they can't have children through intercourse. So then you must be against like them marrying someone who's infertile. If not, then
No,
you're
I
just
guess
contradicting yourself.
I just don't believe in gay marriage
Yeah, what's wrong with gay marriage?
because it's not. Its goal is just. I just don't think. I mean, you can't have kids, and I think that's the
Again, I
most
just gave you an
important part of
argument.
life.
If one of the people getting married in a straight relationship is infertile, through that marriage, you cannot have children through intercourse either.
Well, yeah, there's always going to be an exception to every rule, right? But the only way that you can make a kid is a mother and a father. You can't do it with a
You
father
get
and a father.
IVF.
or
Do you know what
mother and a
IVF
mother.
is?
But why would you do that? That just seems like
Because
cruelty to the
people
kid.
do IVF all the time.
That seems like cruelty to the kid.
That's not cruelty to do IVF. How is that cruelty?
To take a baby that's from a man and a woman, that's using a man and a woman gay meat, and bringing it to some other people,
Do
taking
you think
it from
adoption
someone
is
else.
wrong?
No, I don't.
Okay, then you just conceded.
No, but if you're doing it intentionally, like, of course, if you accidentally get pregnant and then you put the kid up for adoption because you can't support it financially, whatever it may be, I don't think that's
Wait, what
great
did you mean
thing.
by gay meat? What does that mean?
Like a woman's gay meat is is the egg,
What?
and a man's gay
Oh,
meat is the sperm.
gamete. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Ink, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Renee. Thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Christine. Christina. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Iris, thank you for the $10. Continue with what you were saying. Oh, you got a flag for hateful behavior. All right, everyone. I have maximum an hour and 30 minutes left on the stream. I'm really trying to keep going. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It'll help get out to more people. Let's go on the next person here real quick. Yo, what's up, Santana? How you doing?
Good. I see you struggling.
Yeah, I am honestly. Appreciate you coming up to co-host with me. I might stay on for another hour and 30 minutes or so if I feel like it, but it's definitely pretty hard to stay on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying my hardest. Again, everyone, as always, if you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube.
Dirty asshole,
So
you
else
have a
you can support
dirty
me.
asshole, you have a dirty asshole, you have a dirty ass.
They've been like
Let's
this
go
all
on the
day.
next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Allison, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much, Allison. Should we just hit a quick... Nah, we'll just stay, because there's no point to hit a quick restart.
And plus, it'll go away in a few minutes.
Yeah, it'll go away in a few minutes. Alrighty, let's get this next person up here. Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
24.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
It is a kind of a weird reason. I can't say that I have any way to defend anything that he has said or done because everything he's done has been pretty fucking indefensible. There's one thing specifically about, I guess two things. First, I'd like to talk about, I'm not sure if you know this, but in China and Russia, where the fuck are you going? Oh, sorry about that. They've been hoarding a massive amount of gold since about like 2019, since the COVID times, with the intent of like having a currency that's more powerful than the US dollar. And I kind of hope that Trump is doing something with the meme coin that has millions worth of value.
Meme
to,
coin? I'm sorry, that's
yeah.
ridiculous.
I know, but the alternative is that he's buying Russian gold to fund, not to fund, because for the ballroom.
Okay, are you trolling?
No, I am not. I have a reason to believe that as well because of the people that have funded the ballroom. Most of them have been like people that are very heavily into crypto, and they've
Okay,
also.
I just want to be clear. The Trump coin's not replacing the dollar.
No,
we're not going to a gold-backed currency. We get nothing out
No.
of going to a gold-backed currency.
I know we're not doing that. China and Russia are doing that. They're doing that to try to supersede our dollar.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily allow them to do that.
Pardon?
That doesn't allow them to do that. There's nothing beneficial about a gold-backed currency.
Yeah, and just because I see more information about what you're referring to and them trying to actually stabilize and become less reliant on the U.S. dollar. But overall, I mean, they've been trying to do this. You said since COVID, they've been doing this since 2000.
I believe that. Yeah.
And even since the 2000, with them increasing their overall gold stockpile, it still hasn't given them enough to actually supersede the U.S. dollar or create independence. And so, like, having the idea of Donald Trump's crypto treasury reserve, like, it's only something that's gonna make money less trackable and also allow them to continue to funnel money into their pockets, which they've already been doing. So, like, that makes no sense.
Well, like I said, the alternative is that he is using, like, he's buying the Russian and Chinese gold to help build his ballroom.
No,
So,
I mean, he's been relying on quote unquote donations, but I mean, there's an open list of like these different arms manufacturers who have donated, and then even certain companies who have unwillingly donated but still donated. I mean, like, yeah, Palantir, who's donated, he's taken like these settlements that he's received from different media companies and put it towards there. So, like, he's definitely not purchasing Russian or Chinese gold for the ballroom.
I mean, not through like traditional means. Like you said before, cryptocurrency is like not very traceable. It's non-refundable, so it's entirely possible that that could be happening. I'm just saying that that is like my hope, I guess, because the alternative is kind of bad. The other thing, though, because I can tell that this is not a this is a pretty shitty talking point. The other thing was about Snap and health benefits. I am someone who has been on that for a long time, and I can say that the system is very bad and would be better if it was kind of replaced entirely. I know he doesn't have a plan to do that yet, or like in anything in place, but that's something else I could talk about.
Wait, so you're willing to lose access to your SNAP benefits, which you are openly admitting that you're someone that needs them, in the hopes that he would actually replace it and not just get rid of it, which he's actively been trying to do?
It is a very predatory system because of the fact that you can't make over a certain amount of money. I've been had it for my parents where they've had like opportunities to get a raise that they cannot take, opportunities for like better work that they cannot take because the amount that they get paid doesn't get offset by the amount of shit that they lose from SNAP, from the healthcare or anything like that. I do not think we should completely destroy it. Like I had to go to bed hungry on many of those days during the first few weeks of November. Like it was terrible.
But yeah, but again, it sounds like you are hoping that Trump is going to come up with something like. But question: what do you think about Donald Trump's healthcare plan?
Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you know that, like, and Parker, you might have missed this, but about 5 days ago, the Trump administration actually put out word that they were getting ready to release the details of their healthcare plan. And they put out information basically talking about how the healthcare plan is going to extend some of the, well, most of the ACA subsidies, but it's going to shift and then require everyone to pay some form of a premium. And this was the like structure of their healthcare plan. And then immediately, like literally while the media were reporting on this healthcare plan, they immediately sent out additional words saying that that the Trump healthcare plan is now put on hold again until further notice. So even when Donald Trump, like he's had years and years and years to come up with a healthcare plan, he's tried to overturn the ACA multiple times, and now where it looks like the ACA is in really deep trouble, Donald Trump talks about a healthcare plan again, and and I'm telling you, this was like within a matter of minutes, they released the information and then pulled it back and say, actually, we're putting it back on hold. So the idea that he's going to do anything to actually improve SNAP benefits except harm people that need SNAP benefits and take them away, like there's no history that Donald Trump would do anything good, and he is going to do anything good.
There's definitely no like specific evidence that would point towards that. Yeah. Apart from recently where he's like his talking with Mandamni kind of made me think that he is very much kind of a product of the people around him, and just kind of he does want what is best for America, but the people around him kind of just want to siphon him for money, which has been working. So,
can I be honest with you? I think the meeting with Madani shows that Donald Trump's a doddering old fool. Donald Trump is someone who is just pretending to still be in charge, and the other people around him are in charge. Donald Trump seems as if he doesn't actually know what's happening, and he was in the White House with this charming guy, and he was happy to be in this in the presence of this charming guy, and he just got behind it, and he didn't really understand any of the things that were happening. And like it's not that he is open to whatever the situation may be. I think he's susceptible to whatever people tell him. I think people told him that Madani was a communist, he was a bad guy, he was going to run New York into the ground, and Donald Trump just repeated it. And then as soon as he met him, he was like, oh, this guy's cool, I like him, and that's it. So I don't think that Trump is in for as much hell as you guys gave Biden, for like the auto pen and for him not being in charge, it seems like Donald Trump is less in charge than Biden was.
Yeah, I don't believe anything about auto pen stuff because that's been a thing for years. I'm pretty sure Obama used that as well, and Trump uses that too, even today. I can definitely see that point that you made because I already think that there should be like an age limit to any person in office, and he's definitely too old for that.
So then why are
Well,
you still supporting him today? Like, none of this makes sense. I mean, I hear you why you voted for him in the past, but like he's actively being harmful towards you. How can you still support him today?
Hey, by the way, everyone, just letting everyone know, my Cash App just literally got closed for no reason.
Oh, that happened. Like that happened to Dean. That happened to me as well. Like you can submit a.
Yeah, I'm submitting an appeal right now, but
yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, I know. That's so fucking annoying, dude.
They did my Venmo and PayPal at the same time, and yeah, it's yeah.
That's so annoying. But yeah, I was just letting everyone know because if someone's trying to go through my Cash App, you won't be able to right now.
Anyway,
Yeah,
would you
continue,
like to...
Ram?
I mean, like I said, it's mostly just the hope that that's going to happen because everything that has happened so far during this presidency has been, it's been directly from the playbook of the Project 2025, which he said he did not condone and was not a part of. So that was very disappointing. And the conduct that ISIS had has been pretty like damning, even like around where I live. So
again, Ram, like listen, I'm super close to taking the kid gloves off now because like it's really confusing. You keep talking about all of these bad things that Trump is doing. You keep talking about how you don't like these things. You even talked about how you had to go to bed hungry because of Trump, but for some reason you're still supporting him. I don't understand it.
Because the alternative is kind of that it's a bit too late, especially because no one in Congress or any form of the government is really taking any steps to stop him, and anything that has been done has been kind of ignored. So
that's not true, though.
I mean,
like that. Like did you see what happened just a couple of weeks ago with the general elections?
Yes, but then that was like right after that, the Democrats conceded in the government shutdown.
I agree, but that still speaks to the fact that the people are fighting back. The people still believe, and the people want a difference. And we still have the opportunity to get those establishment Democrats out of here and get people who really want to do things that's going to help progress us in the country. The midterm elections are coming up. And the one thing that I'll tell you, Donald Trump wants to be an authoritarian. And in order for him to actually successfully implement an authoritarian regime, one like really large prelude or something that has to happen before he can actually do that is that he has to have popularity, and his poll numbers are currently in the toilet. You being an active, out loud person saying, hey, I no longer support Trump, I'm pulling away from Trump, I'm looking into like how do we actually keep power out of his hands in the midterm election, that directly ties into his poll, that keeps his popularity down, and that gives us an opportunity to make it to the midterm so we can actually have an opportunity to push back on this administration. So you sitting here saying, well, it's too late. No, that's wrong. You fucked up, and you have to actually figure out a way to help us fix this. Like, you can't depend on us to actually fix this or just sit back and wait for the car to go off the side of the cliff. Like, you have to actually do something. You can't just sit here and say, yeah, I kind of feel bad and this is kind of, fucked up, but I still support. No, fuck that. You have to actually do something. You got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we will see what happens during the midterms, considering all the stuff that he's been trying to do to undermine that. I do truly believe he is a terrible person and shouldn't be president, but it is this point. He is the president. It's too late for that.
Okay, so do you regret your vote?
At this point, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's the point of the stream. I appreciate you coming up, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Everyone, only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Lindsay, thank you so much for the $20. So definitely make sure to do that. Thank you so much, Cassie. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Deborah, thank you for the $10. Thank you. And Jennifer, thank you for the 5. Heidi is well. Thank you for the 5. I'm gonna try my hardest to get to 4 hours, everyone, but I might get off here by like 3.5 hours. So there might be like 45 minutes left. Nico, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual.
Just FYI, Sharika, thank you so much for the 5. Mary, thank you so much for the 10. Absolutely. And Victor, thank you so much for the 5. You are absolutely amazing. Yes, I did get it. Thank you. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Parker's Cash App, or his Cash App is currently down. So if you are sending anything, send it through Venmo, send it through PayPal, send it on YouTube with the super chat. Make sure you show some love.
Hey there.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 23.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you
I,
rather vote for?
I would do it again and again and again if I could. But
Why do you support Trump?
I'm waiting for these groceries to get picked up. So in like 5 minutes, they might be out here. But I'll still be on the phone. But yeah, no, I do. I've seen your lives before. I think I've talked to Santana once before. I don't know if you remember, or maybe I don't know. I've spoken to one of you guys, I think.
Maybe it was another black guy. We all look the same, apparently.
No. I did not mean it like that.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Why do you support Trump?
Oh, that was weird. I don't know, for like a plethora of reasons. I think that him stopping a whole bunch of that F stuff, the DRU stuff, G stuff from coming over is really good. I think that the tariffs in the future, they're gonna make the country great again.
Okay, a few things. I don't think that Trump is doing any more to stop F drug from coming into our country. I think that was happening under the Biden-Harris administration as well. And then secondly, since the tariffs, I think the tariffs actually make our economy worse off. Not only have we seen a decrease in real GDP growth, we've seen unemployment increase, and we've also seen inflation increase.
Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Can we turn that off?
I got you.
Can you please stop chewing in the chat? I mean, in the mic. I think that might get to the chat.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think that the thing is Donald Trump is a religious man. And I, as a religious man myself, I think highly of Jesus Christ. I think highly of God. And I myself want to be in heaven one day. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to make that happen. And I'm trying to be a good person, and I want to be a nice person. I go to church every Sunday and I pray every night.
No, listen, I agree. And I understand like religion being the premise of your moral compass, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that I would say though, like if you call yourself a Christian, then I think Donald Trump is like he's slapping you in the face and slapping your religion in the face, because like he's openly admitted, one, he said that there's no chance he's getting into heaven, right? He openly admitted it. Two, he said that he's not a Christian. Three, he said that he's never repented. And 4, if you talk about the teachings of Jesus Christ, right? Think about like how you're supposed to live your life by, red letter Jesus, right? The red letters in the Bible is Jesus speaking directly to you, and you're supposed to follow that. Donald Trump doesn't exemplify that in any way, shape, or form. So like you sitting here saying you support Trump as a Christian, he's literally spitting in your face.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I think, he's a good Christian himself. So
How?
I think,
Tell me how.
well, he's talked about trying to save Christianity in this country, and they want to put Christianity in schools, which I think is amazing. I think we need to be teaching our kids Christianity from a young age and turn them into better people. So
you're muted, Parker.
We believe in a secular society, so if you believe that religion should be in schools, it should be a religious studies course that applies to every single religion, not just specifically mainstream religion, rather than just Christianity. Secondly, I also just want to address the fact that he passed the big beautiful bill, which cuts 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every month. Is that a Christian view?
Yeah, see, that's not cool in my eyes, because I do think that Jesus fed people for free and he helped the sick for free. So we should be doing stuff like that, but not in the woke socialist type of way. where people just get free handouts and all this stuff. I mean, you still have to work. You have to be a good member of society, you know?
Okay, so can you define woke and socialism?
Yeah, socialism is when basically you just get everything for free and the government just gives you random stuff and all that. And woke is basically what the whole liberal agenda is. I mean, I don't even know where to really get started.
So socialist doesn't mean that, you get everything for free. That's a ridiculous standpoint.
Oh, my
Otherwise,
groceries are here.
otherwise you support socialism then because Donald Trump wants to give you access to police for free at the point of service, military free at the point of service, roads free at the point of service, which would all be socialism under your view.
Hold on, I'm listening to you. I'll be right back. I'm listening.
While you do that, guys, again, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get Parker up to 1 million likes. He has maybe about 30 minutes left on the live, so make sure you're showing Parker some love. If you're over on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you give him a follow. I know he's tracking towards 500,000 followers, so make sure you drop a follow,
Awesome.
drop
Thank
a like.
you so much, man. Have a nice day.
Make sure that you also, guys, are tapping the screen. And last but not least, pay links in the bio. Cash App's currently down, but show Parker some love. Venmo, PayPal. If you're on YouTube, you can send a super chat. And only request up if you are a Trump supporter, 18 years or older, and someone who has not spoken before. Henry, are you back?
I am back. Sorry.
Okay. Would you like to answer Parker?
So yeah, the points that I brought up is that based upon your definition of
I'm going to stay
socialism,
parked here, so.
based upon your definition of socialism, Trump would support socialism. Secondly, right?
Okay, dude. Trump would not support socialism. Come on, that's insane. If Trump were to support socialism, then I'd stop being a Trump supporter.
Okay, so you just said socialism is free stuff. You know that Trump supports access to Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security, and he supports access to, all these.
But not for free, right? I mean, we can't just be
It's
giving
free
this
at the-
stuff out for free. Come
It
on.
is free at the point of service for plenty of things like roads, military, police. All of those are free at the point of service.
Also, Jesus was a communist.
Okay, dude, come on. That's like
come
almost
on.
borderline.
Hey,
That's like, dude, borderline blasphemy.
Listen. You've been hearing me speak. Do you think that I would just say something that I didn't know what I was talking about?
No, you guys both sound like very educated people, more than I am.
Walk with me for a second. Jesus believed that you should give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? He didn't believe in retaining certain wealth. He also spoke as far as how it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get in heaven. Jesus spent his time traveling and laboring for people. Jesus actually fed the hungry. Jesus didn't believe in borders. Jesus went from land to land to actually teach the gospel. Jesus preached to people like to give up your earthly goods and to actually, do other things with it. Jesus was literally a communist. And I'm just trying to was he the typical Marxist term of a communist? No, but the principles of communism is similar to the Christianity religion. Like Jesus wouldn't have been a capitalist. Jesus would have been someone who tried to take care of other people.
If this is real information you're telling me right now, then I mean I don't know, man. I mean, if you're being honest with me right now, and Jesus,
it's all in the Bible.
If Jesus
I
is
grew up
actually a
as
communist, I might have to start parting ways from Jesus a little bit because that's insane to me. That Jesus.
What?
Holy smokes!
I mean,
wait, you said
dude,
free
we
stuff.
can't
Wait,
have a
wait,
whole
wait.
bunch
Do you agree that Jesus gave out food for free?
Yeah.
So is
Probably,
Jesus a socialist
most
for
likely.
doing that? Because you said that free stuff
I mean,
equals
listen,
socialism.
man. If he really was a socialist, communist, or whatever you guys are saying, then yeah, I don't know how much of a respectable guy Jesus really was. Then.
Whoa.
That's crazy, bro. You got to be trolling. I don't even know if you're being real, bro. Like I feel like you're trolling.
Holy
That's
smokes.
nuts.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a man of faith. I really am, and I worship God and I pray every night. And my whole family, we all go to church. I just got a girlfriend. I actually met my girlfriend at church.
Okay, but do you live by who do you live by? Is it red
God
letter
and Jesus?
Wait, but is it red letter Jesus or is it Jim Crow Jesus?
Listen, man, I don't know too much what that means. I just go to church and what my pastor says. I mean, I kind of just listen to that and take it in.
But like literally the reasons why the letters and when the actual words are read in the Bible, it's because Jesus is speaking directly to you and Jesus is telling you directly what to do, and you're supposed to actually live as Jesus would live, right? I mean, you're supposed to live by that teaching. And like for you to sit here
Well,
and
I'm definitely not living by the free handout teaching because I think people need to get up off their ass and start working.
Wait, earlier you said
that
you
is what
supported
Jesus
Donald.
said.
Wait, earlier you said you supported giving out access to free food. Now you're saying you don't.
Well, food is a human right. I think people should eat food, but we can't just be giving it out for free. I mean, there's only so much of it in the
So you
world.
disagree with food stamps?
I mean, if people need food, man, they need food. I don't know what to say.
So, but like food stamps would be them getting access to food or supplemental help to get access to food.
Okay.
And that also helps children get access to free school lunch and breakfast. Do you think that children should be able to get access to free school lunch and breakfast?
Yeah, man. I mean, kids don't have money.
Okay, so then
Come on,
you
kids don't
support
have money.
socialism then?
No, dude, listen. I think you're confused a little bit here. I think we're getting off on different pages.
But that was socialism under review. Not only is that socialism under review, but honestly, like
Wait,
Donald
what's
Trump is
socialism?
undermining.
What even is that? What's the difference between socialism and communism?
Yeah, socialism is when the
don't you
workers control the means of production. Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society in which there's public ownership of the means
When
of
the
production.
workers control the mean, what does that mean?
The means of production.
It means like
what does that mean though?
Do you know different things that we use to produce within our economy?
And like the workers would
Like
the
workers
people would
own
have
business.
control over
Workers democratically own businesses.
but Democrats,
Also,
so it'd be
also
everyone.
like hold on. Think about this, Henry. Shouldn't you know what these things are if you're so like strongly against it? Like if you're
I
if you're
guess.
sitting here advocating like against socialism and communism, shouldn't you at least know what those things are? Because like you've been propagandized into believing that it's a bad thing when if you actually took a look, if you stopped and figured out what it was, like really listen, I promise you, you'd be like, holy shit, I need
Okay,
me
well,
some of this socialism.
what is the socialism? What is that?
I got you, Parker.
What does it exactly mean?
Yeah, when the workers own the means of production, meaning that they actually get a input in the things that they make, and so they actually get more access. Now, see, this is the problem. A lot of people have a lack of understanding of like socialism versus a socialist programs, and you think like socialist programs are what socialism is. They're like all of these are different things. The big thing that I want to kind of get across to you, Henry, is that one, you should know what these things are before you talk about it. And two, just like being completely honest with you, you've been propagandized, bud. Like they've used these buzzwords to make you think that like it's the boogeyman when you don't really know what these things are. But I want to go back to like your faith, right? Because you said that you're a Christian.
I mean, I am, but dude, if Jesus is a communist, then I don't know.
But
I
you don't
really
know
don't know
what
what to think about
communism
that.
is, though. Like, but that's my thing. You don't know what
Well, I know
communism is.
communism is like what they are over in China and stuff, and I don't
But
want
that's
to have
not
my
true.
country turn.
See, but like that's what I'm talking
no,
about.
North Korea, South Korea, something.
No, see, and again, it's all words that people. What happens is the right praise on people who don't actually try to educate themselves or know what these things are. So when you talk about the Communist Party of China, they're not actually communist. They're more of a dictatorship. They just use the word as far as Communist Party of China. There is no actual communist governmental society in the world. Like there's no functioning communistic society today. Like there's a huge difference.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Communism just it doesn't work, man.
No, the problem is that people are greedy. People are greedy, people are selfish, and instead of actually allowing people to have what they need and work for what they need, we would rather for some reason cape for trillionaires. Are you okay with Elon Musk becoming the first ever trillionaire?
I don't think there should be a trillionaire. I don't think that's even a real number.
Exactly, but you know what? Capitalism allows us to continue to do that. That's what capitalism is. It's greed on top of greed, and it continues. So when you talk about communism versus capitalism, like that's a whole thing. But the point that I'm trying to make more than anything is if you are actually saying here that you're a Christian and you believe in your faith and your faith says be a good person, then your faith does not align with Donald Trump, and it doesn't align with you supporting Donald Trump because he's a bad person in so many different ways, and he's actively hurting your country. He's actively hurting your country right now.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, guys, I have to go here, but I thank you. I appreciate it. I just think you guys opened my eyes a little bit to really realize that Jesus. I don't think Jesus is the person I really thought he was. I mean, if he really was a communist, then I'm gonna have to double take that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research on that because I can't be walking around saying I worship communism or whatever. But I'll see you guys later. You have a nice day. Maybe if you guys are still on here, I'll join back. I gotta charge my phone, so maybe I'll be on and I
Hold
can't
on,
hear
so
you.
you're muted, Parker.
Can I ask you one question before you leave?
Yeah.
If you could go back, would you vote for Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of forceful penetration of a woman's vagina against her will?
Wait, what?
Would you still support Donald Trump and want to vote for him if he were held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will?
Against her will?
Yeah.
God, dude, I don't know. That's pretty bad. I don't think so. That's pretty fucked up.
So look up Trump liable SA, and you can actually see that Donald Trump was held liable for forcefully penetrating E. Jean
All right, well,
Carroll's
I'll look
vagina
that up,
against
but
her
I'm
will.
definitely gonna look more into Jesus being a communist because I don't think that's really that cool. But if you guys, are you guys gonna be on in like 40 minutes?
Hold on.
Can I join it back in like 40 minutes?
Maybe don't
Sure.
specifically, because there was no such title as communism with Jesus. Look into what communism actually is, the principles and the idea of communism, and then compare those to the teachings of Jesus, and then you'll see why I said Jesus was a communist.
Okay.
Like, you're not gonna find communists in the Bible if that's what you're looking for.
All right, well, I get that. You guys definitely opened my eyes to a few things. I really appreciate that. But if you guys will be on in like 30 minutes, I'd like to talk a bit more because this is really interesting to me.
All right, for sure. I'll see you then. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual.
All right,
Carolyn,
bye, guys.
Carolyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Melissa with the $25. Thank you so much on PayPal. Thank you so much. I genuinely feel a little bit better when I just like went away for a second. I literally just had to like sit there for a second.
I was gonna ask, are you sure you feel like going? I mean, I'll stay here as long as you need me, but like, you just let me know.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can keep pushing. I was for a second there. I felt like so much pressure in my head where like I couldn't even like really think, but I don't feel that pressure right now.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? I won't try to push too hard, everyone. I genuinely actually like do feel like a bit better now than I did. Like I was about to be like, yo, I gotta get off. Because I needed a
Somebody
second.
in the comments said that he would rather abandon his religion than embrace communism. Which is wild.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Wild.
He would abandon Jesus, his Lord and Savior.
Yeah, Jesus is a commie? Nah, fuck that.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh shit, my bad.
Okay. Let's go to the next individual. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Sam, thank you for the $5. I hope so. I hope they were trolling. All right, let's try to get the next person up here.
Thank you so much for the...
Go ahead.
Jeanette, thank you so much for the 2 and also the information about the food. Wow, that's crazy.
All right, let's get the next person up here. Chris, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate Chris. Let's get this next individual up here. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Everyone, let's try to get to 2,000 likes. I would really, really, really appreciate everyone if you can hit that thumbs up. Alrighty. Let's get the next individual. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Pocket, get some sleep, please! Pocket, please!
I will, trust me. I'll definitely have a lot of resting today. I'm gonna be resting for the rest of today. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Republic.
Hey, guys, seriously, listen. For anyone that's in the request right now, if you were here for some debates, like, you're slowing up the process for debates, but 2, if you care about Parker, like, especially right now, he's not the best at this moment. Please, we're looking for some debates. If you're not a Trump supporter over the age of 18 in the country and you're ready for debates, please do not request up. Get out of the request.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, they must have accidentally joined. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that sort of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. We're just looking for some debates. Liz, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you, Liz. All right, let's try to get the next person up here. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Donald Trump.
And what's your birth year?
One quick, 2002.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Well, one quick question. Do you guys like energy drinks, like Monster?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
I like Zoa.
You like what?
Zoa?
Man, dude, you should drink Monster instead.
Oh, no.
I'm not really a big fan of that much caffeine.
There's only like 150 milligrams in each can, though.
That's
It's like a
too
cup of
much.
coffee. It's not too
That's
much, though.
way more than coffee. But why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because like I think he's better for the economy than than Biden. Like I've only been old enough to really be educated in like two administrations, Trump's 2016 and then Biden's 2020. And from just what it seemed like, everything just went really bad under Biden.
Okay. How is Trump better for the economy?
I can't give you. I mean, his tax cuts he passed in 2017. What was that? It was like the TCJA. I thought that was pretty good. I got a tax cut from that. Well, my parents did because I wasn't really.
Well, Kamala Harris wanted to keep all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year, and she wanted to increase taxes on income over $400,000 a year, which would have decreased the level of debt that we have. Which under Trump's policies, most of his tax cuts go to the top 1% and benefit rich people, right, at the expense of working class Americans, because he's imposing a tariff, which is a tax that negatively impacts every American because they all buy consumer products.
How does the tariff negatively impact Americans? Isn't that what the importer pays the tariff?
The American business is importing the product, and then they pass it down to the consumer mostly. So it's the American consumer that's mostly paying the product, paying the increase. Anastasia, thank you for the $20. Thank you. I definitely will hydrate. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the tariffs, but like, has he repealed them? I'm confused on the tariffs. They keep on like going out and then going back in.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of different things with the tariffs. I wouldn't be able to explain to you everything he's done with the tariffs, but there still are tariffs implemented.
Mm-hmm. And no, he hasn't, but Congress has stepped in and blocked some of his tariffs. The courts have stepped in, blocked some of his tariffs. And most recently, he's had to bite the bullet and admit that he was wrong and remove the tariffs off of certain grocery goods because it was increasing the prices of groceries. So overall, even though he's tried to implement tariffs, the way that he's gone about it has been a complete failure.
Okay. But in the long term, even if they do cause like inflation, shouldn't that event like in the long term bring manufacturing back into the U.S.?
It can, but since Trump's been in office, we haven't seen that because we've seen an increase in the cost of manufacturing in this country because many of the aspects of the production process come from countries around the world. So if you want to increase domestic manufacturing, the best way to do so is to do what happened under the Biden-Harris administration because we saw a massive increase under the Biden-Harris administration in terms of manufacturing investment, accounting for inflation.
What policy did they pass for that? I don't.
The Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act.
Didn't Trump try to get the infrastructure bill passed?
Yeah, but he failed.
Okay.
And to be fair, like not only did he fail, but even President Obama failed, right? And so that speaks to the overwhelming success of the Biden administration that Biden and Harris were able to get the infrastructure bill passed. And this is something that a lot of people have wanted to do but couldn't do. I mean, like another reason you should have supported Kamala Harris overall, because like that would have been continuing those types of policies that would have grown the U.S. economy and manufacturing versus like under Trump, since he's come back in office, there's been predicting about 1 million job loss and a ton of jobs lost in the manufacturing industry.
Okay, they added 119,000 jobs in the new new report. I saw that on like I don't know. I don't want to say Fox News. I don't watch Fox News, but like I thought I saw that somewhere.
I would love to see where you
yeah,
saw that
I don't think I saw
job
that.
reports.
Hold on, I think I have.
They didn't.
Is that a September?
Yeah, even September. The September numbers came out and they were brutal, but October we didn't get any numbers. Also, chat, we're almost at 1 million likes. Keep tapping the screen.
I do have something from NPR saying that employers added 119,000 jobs in September, so I do see that. Still
what was the
unemployment
reduction of,
still
payroll?
increased,
Yeah.
and it's not taking into account the fact that there were revisions for previous months, which also reduced the amount of jobs. And we've actually, like under previous months, revised data shows that job growth between July and August was weaker than initially reported, with 33,000 fewer jobs added during those months. And that's just 1 month where we saw an increase, but we also saw an increase in the unemployment. So if we see an increase in the unemployment and we saw like an increase in the amount of jobs, that means that the increase in the amount of jobs didn't actually account for how many workers there are, alongside the fact that we must be at least indicating that we're going to see a reduction in jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Or that it's going to be bad. At least we do know that job growth is worse now than what it was, because the 119,000 job growth was actually pretty common under the Biden-Harris administration.
All right. Well, I'll look at more into that. I should probably hop off here now and let other people go up because I don't know anything really. But thank you for having me up. Have a great day.
For sure.
Also, W's in the chat for the 1 million likes. Good job, guys.
Let's go. Tracy, thank you so much for the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Tracy in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Tracy. Let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria. List on the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube. My Cash App is currently down. Make sure to also support Santana while he's up here, helping me out while I'm sick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2004.
And what month?
November.
What's that?
The 7th.
Wouldn't you be a year older than what you just said?
No, I wouldn't be.
You said you're 22, but or a year younger. Sorry, you said 2004.
Yeah, I am.
That's 21.
Well, I want to be 22 today.
There's no way. You got to at least be 62. That was
Scribble,
no.
thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you, or non-Cash App on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I said a few Canadian dollars to help support Parker and all the decent neighbors to my south. I know you'd do the same for us in a time of crisis. Well, thank you so much, Scribble. I really appreciate it. 2 W's for Scribble in the comment section right now. Thank you so much.
Laura, thank you so much for the $5 donation. You're awesome. Tracy, thank you so much for the 25. I really appreciate you. And Emmy, holy shit, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you as well. Holy shit, thank you.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
33.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
One of the reasons is how he's taken such good care of the border and closed it up pretty good.
Okay. I think that Trump has violated the law when deporting people. He's violated people's due process rights to a greater extent by expanding expedited removal. So I actually think that's a bad thing.
Well, I just think as soon as we get the illegal immigrants down closer to zero, we'll be a stronger country for it.
Yeah,
Well,
undocumented.
it depends on how we specifically are addressing it, because I think Trump's method of addressing it makes our country less safe and secure. One, because ICE is spending over 70% of their time detaining people who have not had any prior criminal offense. So they're not focused on those that are actually a threat to our safety and security. Secondly, the deportation process they're going under is violating people's constitutionally protected rights, which I think is an important aspect of their safety.
Well, I mean, the police detain people every day, and it doesn't mean that they. I mean, they even put people in jail that are innocent.
Yeah, but it's not going to be 70% of people with no prior criminal record. Secondly, you understand that if we're talking about this, we can easily change the law to make it more effective and efficient. That's what I'm advocating for.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I agree. Everything that we do could be more efficient or more, humanistic, if you will.
So then, like, can we understand that Trump's policies are bad as it relates to this, and it makes it worse off for the safety and security of Americans? So although the amount of undocumented immigrants to our country is reduced, it was not through a good mechanism. I would prefer a pathway to citizenship for those in the country that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime that are in the country undocumented, and a quicker legal process for immigration to incentivize people to go through the legal process rather than going through the process undocumented.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you on quicker, but like, I think for most people, it's the price that they don't want to pay.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you could give a coyote $5 grand to get over here, or you pay us 12 grand, it's like that's less than half.
So then why don't we get rid of how much they have to pay?
Exactly. I mean, why not? If that's the case, why wouldn't we actually make improvements to effectively be able to have positive immigration, right? Whether it be the amount that it costs in order to be able to get into the country, the amount of time that it takes to get into the country, or even the actual process, right? I mean, like Donald Trump is actively making it harder for people to come into the country. Did you know that Donald Trump is trying to slow legal migration?
I think that we actually should slow legal migration for now
Why?
because we already have a backlog.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with actually, like, you guys railed on
So let's
quote
invest in
unquote
that backlog.
illegal?
Yeah, let's invest in the backlog instead of putting money into
Exactly.
militarizing ICE. Let's put money into making our legal immigration process go quicker, which we actually had a policy
Exactly.
to do that under the Biden-Harris administration through the bipartisan border bill. But Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that bill because he didn't want Democrats to look good.
Oh, I also support his views on making us the
Wait,
crypto capital of the world.
no. Reply to what Parker just said. You literally had that whole point. Parker took time to reply to it. You need to respond to that.
Wait, hold on. What did you say exactly, Parker?
Exactly. You didn't even listen.
Do you know anything that I said?
Let me think. You said,
You were talking about immigration. You were talking about the backlog. You didn't listen to
oh,
anything that
yeah,
he
yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. I remember everything now. You said, you wanted us to work on the backlog instead of funding ICE more.
Yeah, let's
And
invest
you
into the
wanted
legal
us.
process going quicker rather than funding a ICE system that just militarizes ICE.
I mean, I don't know. They seem kind of it's like they seem kind of like I don't know if this is like kind of biased or something, but they seem kind of cool. Like all their recruiting videos and like all of their slogans and their sign up
I'm sorry, you think
bonuses
ICE
and
is
stuff.
cool because of those things instead of acknowledging that they're violating people's constitutionally protected rights?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked into. I haven't seen any cases of them violating anybody's rights.
Well, that's very true. I can give you specific examples. For example, right, there was someone trying to go to work who's legally in this country, by the way, and they were stopped by literally like law enforcement, and they were held for over 3 days with no power of attorney access, and they missed their kid's birthday party because they were just trying to go to work.
Well, oh yeah, we were discussing that earlier. How people get detained sometimes, and it's like the wrong person.
So then,
Yeah.
what? I'm sorry, they were detained for over 3 days without due process and no access to power of attorney. That's violating due process rights.
And see, that's something that's been happening. It's not that people are just getting detained. People are being detained for long periods of time without due process, without actually having any access to their lawyers or their family. Like, they're literally stripping away the rights of people and not giving them the ability to even identify who they are. And did you know that it's been since the 10 months that Trump has been in office, there's been 170 U.S. citizens that have been detained? And a point of reference, I think within the last I think it was 10 years prior, there's only been a total of 120 United States citizens detained in total over that same time frame. So, like, this administration, they don't care who they're snatching up, they're just grabbing people.
I guess that's one like rhetoric or way to look at it. Y'all don't think that Do y'all think that maybe that y'all have like Trump derangement syndrome?
No, you know what's funny though? Like we keep giving you actual information and facts, and instead of engaging with it, you just kind of pivot to the next thing. Respond to what I just said. How do you
What?
feel about Donald Trump and his administration snatching up 170 Americans within the last 10 months when over the 10-year history prior to that, there had only been 120 Americans. So in 10 years, 120 Americans. Under Trump, 170 Americans. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, that's because we're running pretty much like a blitzkrieg. I mean, all the numbers are going to be increased on everything.
Wait, so is it okay to be sloppy even though they're trying to, so it's okay to be sloppy and to violate the rights of everyday Americans because you want to go fast? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, I've debated this guy before.
Well, no, you haven't.
Drew, yes, I have, because I asked you about your 7th video.
Yeah,
Remember?
you wouldn't debate me because you were so grossed out about my 7th video.
And maybe
And
we
you
should
made everybody
remove
go
the fucking
comment.
7th video, dude.
Huh? Yeah.
Drew, I already did debate you, and everything you brought up is ridiculous so far. Like,
But you
you
don't
just
have
said
any
that you just
proof,
said
though?
that we have TDS instead of actually responding to any of the arguments we provided.
No, but it seems like y'all do though.
You're the one with
Okay.
TDS though, bud. Like literally think about it. You're the one that obsesses over him. You wear the flags, you say the slogans, you think that he's a deity, you don't actually contradict anything that he says. Anything that Trump says, every pivot,
pause.
you have to go with it. No, that's you. You have Trump derangement syndrome because
I'm
anytime
not
someone
even
says
religious. How
anything
can I
that's
believe in a
negative,
deity?
sure, but anytime someone says something's negative about Trump, you guys get defensive. It's you.
I've
That's
never
why you
bought a
guys made up that
flag.
word, Trump derangement syndrome, but you guys are really the ones that are sick. You're sick in the head, bud.
No, listen, dude. I've never bought a flag. I've never bought merchandise. I don't own a hat. I've never flown
Then
a
why aren't you
canopy
criticizing Donald Trump in all the ways that he's hurting our country and everyday Americans?
because he's not as bad as y'all think he is.
Exactly, because you have Trump derangement syndrome, bud. You think that it's the brain worms and you think it's good.
Yeah, Drew, I have
Y'all
a
think
question.
he's the
Is there
Antichrist. Y'all think
anything?
he's the
Hey,
devil.
Drew,
Y'all
is
think
there?
he's Hitler. Y'all think he's
Hey, Drew.
Hold on, Drew. Parker speaking. Hold on.
Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Yeah. Let's see. If he maybe murdered someone.
Okay, so like he
has.
murdered people off the coast of Venezuela with no evidence given to Congress that they had any DRUGS.
Now watch the pivot. This is Trump derangement syndrome at its finest, chat. Go ahead and justify that, Drew.
Look, Santana and Parker. Look, I want to ask y'all.
No. Justify what Parker just said.
Respond to what I said. If you don't respond to what I'm saying, I'm gonna kick you.
This is a response. This is a direct response. I just want y'all to be honest with me. Do y'all think that those were honestly fishermen?
See, there's the Trump derangement syndrome.
Yes, I do.
Right there, the justification.
Oh, you know what? System made a good point. Thank you for the $2. They have trans derangement syndrome. That's actually so real. They're the ones with TDS because you're obsessed with trans
Shout out
people.
to System as well. Hey, System.
They had, I mean, dude, those boats were having like 3 engines on the back and they were speeding.
Did you know that they put out pictures from boats from 2024 that wasn't even done? And like literally the Department of I'm not Department of Defense, fucking whichever one. Anyway, they put out the actual pictures of the speedboats, and the speedboats were pictures from 2014, and they were from a bust that occurred in by the Spanish government off of 500 miles off the Canary Island. Like they're not even putting out real information. But again, this is your Trump derangement syndrome. This is you justifying something, even though you literally gave us the metric in which you would stop supporting Trump. We gave you him doing that thing, and now you're finding a way to actually protect him doing that thing. That's TDS, bud.
You're saying that there's proof that those were fishermen.
No, where's the proof? They haven't given that.
Yeah, you have to give proof to Congress that they had any DRUGS in the first place. And even if they did, that's not reason to murder them because you could have just detained them once they get to U.S. waters. Secondly, we can also point to the fact that he's called for the execution of people who are Democrats in this country for simply just saying that people shouldn't follow unlawful orders. Like, they're literally going after Mark Kelly right now because he just told people to defend the Constitution and to not follow unlawful orders. And he's trying to say that's seditious behavior, and he's trying to say that that's punishable by death. He posted on his own Truth Social a retweet to someone's post where they said HANG them, George Washington would have.
All right, chat, here comes the TDS with the pivot. Watch him go into pretzel mode. Go ahead, Drew, respond to that.
All that comes to my mind is when a police officer decides whether or not something is threatening him, that's when he'll, choose to lethally put you away, put you under.
So I'm
your
confused.
justification doesn't even
So
make sense.
Yeah. So do you actually think it's like justified for him to call for the execution of his political opponents?
He's saying that you shouldn't go against the president.
There it is, chat.
Wait, go against the president? So even if they're making an unlawful order, you think it's illegal to go against the president when they're making an unlawful order? No, that's upholding the Constitution. So you're saying they should violate the Constitution because Trump said so? And if they don't, they deserve to be executed? That sounds like a dictatorship, not like the system that we have with checks and balances and a democracy and a constitution.
All right, but did you see that BBC had put out a statement? They're saying they had
There's the whataboutism.
They manipulated to say that he was trying to start inside a riot, and then they had to come out and apologize, saying
This
that
has nothing to do with what we were just talking about. I think that's dishonest for you to continue to change the topic instead of addressing what we have to say. I will address that in a second. Please respond to what I said.
Okay. As long as you agree to address that.
Of course I will. Respond to my point. Unless you want me to act like you? Do you want me to just bring up something new every single time? Jesus fuck.
I did have one other thing about the wells you said weren't dying.
No. Go back and answer what he said. You respond to that.
All right. I'll respond to that. So you're asking me, is it okay? I think if you could show me proof that they were fishermen and that they got executed, that's wrong and he should be held accountable.
No, he called for them to be executed.
You're still like he went back too far. You gotta your brain will wind way too far. You missed the actual point. Parker was talking about Donald Trump calling for the execution of the Democratic lawmakers.
I'm just gonna kick on to the next person. I can't do it anymore. We probably got 30 more minutes left, everyone. Just letting everyone know. Probably about like 30 more minutes maximum left on the stream. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio. L Valentine, thank you so much for the $10. I definitely will. I did yesterday, and I'm going to do that again today. Janelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well.
Sonia, thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate you, and you just sent the love and no message. But System, of course I remember you. Thank you so much for the 5. Like, how could I not remember you?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, man. The question is, why do you support Trump?
Yeah, how old are you?
22.
Okay, what's your birth year?
I'm a little drunk, but anyways, the only reason why I support Trump is so
hey, dude, what's your birth year?
Out of America. Have a good night.
Okay. I didn't even hear what he said. Like you wasted your shot, bud. You wasted your shot.
Everyone, yeah, I have about 30 more minutes left on the stream. Dean should be on around 3:30. That's when he said he would start. Everyone, just letting everyone know. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Try to get to 2 million likes. If you're on YouTube, like that stream, hit that thumbs up. It will help get it out to more people. I would really, really, really appreciate everyone. If you want to support me, as always, again, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio.
Shut your bitch ass up, boy. Shut your bitch ass up.
How old are you?
Did you just come up here to
Nah. Shut up. It's my turn to talk. I talk, okay?
Okay, how old are you?
I support Trump. Trump is my president.
Hey, how old are you?
No, I asked the question here, okay? I asked the question.
Hey.
I will just mute you or kick you. Answer my question. I have to ensure that you're old enough to stay on the stream. How old are you?
January 6, 2004.
Yeah, but how old are you?
21.
Okay, I don't know why you're crashing out already. And do you support
Donald
Donald
Trump is my president, okay?
Okay. Do you support him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm tired of low testosterone, sissy men like you running my country and ruining my country that I stand for and that I'm proud of.
Milk Dud, did you know that I have more testosterone than Trump because he's older than me?
No. Hey, I'm talking here, okay? Hey, I'm talking.
If you have an issue with people with low
No, I
testosterone
have an
running our
issue with you
government,
personally.
well then you must have an issue with Trump doing so because he's got lower testosterone than me.
Stop.
Also, I'm pretty sure that
Hey,
we
Mr.
both
Trump,
have
I was.
more
Hey,
testosterone
hey,
than
hey,
him. Like his voice is really light. Like
hey.
you sound
I
like a
talk here,
child,
okay?
friend.
Hey. I talk here. I do the talking. You guys do the listening, okay? I'm the boss around here. I'm the
Continue
boss,
to
okay?
crash out, bud.
I can
Hey.
just mute you whenever I feel like it. How does it feel, man? Are you the boss right now? Because you can't speak right now because you're muted. How does it feel? Do you really feel like a boss right now? Because it doesn't really seem like you're the boss when you keep getting muted over and over again.
I want to have.
You really? You're the boss? Well, if you're the boss, why can't you unmute?
Stop.
Oh wait, I thought I had to listen to you.
It seems very worker bee like of you.
Yeah. All right, you
I wanna become like a
may
boss.
speak now. You may speak now.
Hello.
Yeah.
So you guys talk so bad about Trump and the Republican Party, but the Democratic Party is also like controlled by Israel. Like all the politicians are paid by Israel. So you guys talk so bad about the Republican Party, but you guys don't criticize the Democratic Party. Like they all don't support Israel. Like they all don't get money from AIPAC. It's insane. You guys are all hypocrites. You guys know that every single politician is corrupt. It's Democratic or not. It's the truth. It's the truth. You can sit there and look
So what's
clueless
your
and how you don't
justification
know
of actually still
AIPAC pays
supporting
every
Donald
single
Trump?
politician to run this country, and you guys all know
Hey.
that. It's the truth.
Okay.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Can you stop just
Every
repeating it and let me
politician is
respond?
corrupt. Democratic Party does not care for the people. Republican Party does not care for the people. Everyone is paid by the.
Hey, Yappy McYapster. Then why do you support Trump if that's the case? And you're still yapping, but you're muted. You just have no idea.
Hey, stop muting me, little bro.
Then stop yapping.
I do the talking. I do the talking around here, little bro.
Cry about
Can you
it.
stop?
No.
I have tears running down my face.
Good.
Cry
Put them in this cup so I can drink them, please.
That's kind of weird.
This MAGA tears is the nectar of the gods.
Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
One, we do actually criticize Democrats for the influence that Israel has over their particular positions. That's something that we do all the time on this stream. I definitely don't like Israel's, ability to control politics.
Holy fuck, dude!
Are you
Shut up
trolling?
For a second. Stop being a child.
Hey, dude, are you trolling? Because it sounds like
No.
at this point you are.
MAGA.
Okay, what makes you think that I'm
Like,
racist?
seriously.
Because you just said you don't like Israel.
That's not racist to say
Jewish
that I
isn't
don't like the
racist.
state of Israel. That's not.
No,
not
that's
racist.
kind of racist. That's
No,
kind of
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It's not. It's not. Stop fucking trolling. And
Yo, hey,
either,
Peanut
like,
Head,
chill
calm
out.
down for me, all right, Peanut Head?
Yeah, I got you. Listen, Buttercup. I'm seriously gonna let you know here. Either you can actually engage in good faith, or you can fuck off. Like,
Yo,
seriously.
Cupcake, you're not.
Yeah, I know, bud. I know. Listen, I know you're very emotional. Either engage in the debate, or you can leave.
All right, go ahead.
Like I don't know what you think you're doing right now.
Go ahead, I'm waiting.
Okay. I think that's ridiculous for you to say I'm racist because I disagree with a Jewish
you're not
ethno-supremacist state.
You're racist.
Right? That's has nothing to do with being against people who are Jewish. Has everything to do with being against ethno-states. Okay? I have nothing against Jewish people. Being anti-Zionist is different from being
I kind of have
anti-Semitic.
6 to 7 dicks in my ass right now, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe like 6 to 7 of them. Like.
Okay, was that like fun for you or like I'm confused? I genuinely don't understand what he thought was so fun there.
I don't get them. Like, they're all weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. Janelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Madison, thank you so much for the $1. Jojo, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I have some people to thank on YouTube, but let's get this next person up here first. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen.
Feisty, thank you so much for the 10. Raul, thank you so much for the 2 from the DNC lobbyists who cashed their Soros check. And Jojo, thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate you.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Gotta catch up on YouTube real quick. I have some people to catch up with. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Parker, I know you're in the Epstein files. I know you are.
I don't understand the point of people trolling. I don't get it at this point. Like, do they even have fun themselves? Like, I really don't get it.
They're not even good at like.
It's not even like good trolling, right? It's like just weird.
If it was good, they're not good. They need to practice in the mirror.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Girl Pod with the $50 on PayPal. Can we get some W's for Girl Pod in the comment section right now?
Bitch. Shut up, bitch. I'll beat the fuck.
Thank you so much, Girl Pod. I really appreciate the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Girl Pod in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. Yo, Clips, why are you crashing out? How old are you?
Like 6 to 7.
Was that fun for you?
Like 6 to 7.
That's fucking worse.
All right, let's just thank some people real quick to give us a second. London, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate London. Can we get some W's for London in the comment section? Neo, thank you so much for the $20. Can we get some W's for Neo in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. W's for Neo in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the $20. Erotica, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Batman with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Batman. Thank you. System again with the $2. Thank you so much. I think I'm fully caught up on YouTube as well. Let's make sure to go on to the next individual quick. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. Mill with the $67. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Mill in the comment section for the $67 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. W's for Mill in the comment section for the $67. Thank you so much. 6-7?
6-7.
For the $67. Thank you so much.
Janelle, thank you for the 5. And Tara, thank you so much for the 3. I appreciate you. And he left.
Okay, let's go to the next individual. Do give it a second, everyone. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen.
You know, I randomly said that to my boys, and they had no idea that I knew it.
That's so funny. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's go to the next individual. Is it Geese? Thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go to the next individual real quick. Oh my gosh, I was watching this one video of like them explaining, like some of them explaining like the difference in like slang, and they were trying to explain like what 6-7 was for like our generations. I forget what the generation was for above me, but like I remember ours being 21. Like we would literally 21. That used to be we were the original 21. Brain rot, okay? we were the original brain rot, okay? My generation is elite for that, okay? Original brain rot.
I randomly say that and people look at me like I'm weird.
Yeah, they're like they have no clue. That's so funny. We're the OG brain rot, okay? Hey chat, what is 9 plus 10?
21.
Bro, that's so funny. Like actually literally the first brain rot. I think about that sometimes. I'm like,
no,
literally we were the first.
LeBron James.
we have the best brain rot, okay, chat? We have the best brain rot. I think that's better than 67. I actually really do.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely funnier, and it's genuinely better overall. Like, okay, our brain rot was elite. Okay, not even comparable today. Okay. I miss Vine. Vine was so funny. Super solid. Thank you for that's actually to you.
What up, Solid? Appreciate you, Solid. W's in the chat for Solid.
Alrighty.
You gotta meet Super Solid, Parker.
Definitely do. Definitely do. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Parker.
Okay, they just left. Oh, I just got denied. Okay, well, it looks like I just lost guest access on my third account. What the fuck? That's annoying. What the fuck? What the fuck? For a guest violation, I'm appealing it right now. I didn't violate terms of service. Oh, it didn't even let me send the appeal, bro. Why does it do this on both accounts? What is up with the bans right now? This is like actually insane. Bro, that's so annoying. Now we have to redo that. It looks like it's just over. Like there's nothing we can do. Let me submit appeal. What happened? My guest box just got deleted. Chat. I couldn't appeal. Let me submit tickets. Appeals never work. I know, they're so weird, right? Let me submit ticket. Bro, just work. Submit a ticket. There we go. There we go. Contact. All right. I need to... Actually, I need to do this first. Go to my other account and get it. Frozen Santana. Santana's actually like he's... it kicked him from the stream because of that. Let me see if I have my main account back. Let me see if I do. Let's see. I don't get it back until tomorrow, everyone, my main account. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It looks like I might be over with on TikTok for today, everyone, just because of this, which is a bit unfortunate. I would really appreciate it if everyone went over to YouTube and went out and liked my stream and checked out some of my YouTube videos. I would really appreciate it. It really helps out, push out to more people. Thank you everyone for coming through. It looks like TikTok wants me to get some rest, so it looks like that's what we're gonna end up doing here. I'm just gonna send this real quick, and then we're gonna get off for today. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming through. Thank you everyone for coming through. I tried my hardest to stay on as long as I possibly could. So I really do appreciate everyone. Thank you for coming through. I'm submitting it right now. Again, go on YouTube and make sure to like that stream. I would really appreciate it. Have a fantastic night, everyone, or day, everyone. I will see everyone tomorrow. Back on my main account, probably. Let me see what time actually I get my main account back so I can let y'all know. It probably will be later in the day. I'll keep everyone updated. We'll see. Alrighty, do give it 1 second. Let me check to see when I get my account back. 1 second. 2 days ago. It says 5:02. Wait, what? Until 1:31 a.m.? Bruh. That's insane, bro. What the fuck? So I don't even get that account back tomorrow. Okay, so maybe I'll be on my girlfriend's account or something. This is so crazy, bro. Actually insane. All right, everyone, have a good night. I'll see everyone later. Dean should be on here pretty soon. Again, I'd really appreciate if you go check out my YouTube videos. I'd really appreciate it. You can go check out my shorts as well. If you do so, make sure to watch the whole thing. I'd really appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone. I will see everyone later. And peace out. Good night, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.